today we started our Redux Dynasty League draft actually a day early because we were all getting a little bit antsy. So we got that started. Let's jump into that recap. And also we got a special guest joining us today, so stick around for that. All right, guys, what's up? Like I said, this draft started today. We're super excited about it. It's also a slow draft. We have 24 hours per pick, and it started this morning. I'd say about noon our time almost. So we started about midday, and we are already to the end of round 2. This is nothing like our last 2 Dynasty slow drafts at all. And what's funny is there's been more trading in this one than the other ones, and it's still going faster. So this group of guys, we've played with half of them before, and the other half are just some other friends we have. And so people are just moving quick.
Yeah, the half we've played with before, hence Redux.
Yeah. True.
So
it's the reason why it's named that. So
that's right. We got the best of both worlds. New friends. Well, not new friends, but new league mates and old league mates. So
Yep.
Very excited. Very excited.
Cool. Kyle, go ahead and introduce our special guest today.
All right. So this guy actually got me into my very first Dynasty League. Crap. That was like 10, 11 years ago, something like that. And so we've been buddies ever since. We text back and forth for advice on fantasy football all the time. We've gotten away from it the last couple of years. He took a little break, but he's back. And that is Tony Dominguez. Let's bring him on in. What up, my dude?
Hey, guys.
What's up, Tony? How's it going?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Appreciate the invite on your channel, and I'm a big supporter of both of you. And I'm just excited to be here and joining you to be part of your stream today.
Yeah, so this is kind of a big deal for me. So Tony actually stopped playing with that original Dynasty League that him and Kyle were a part of, and I took his team over when he left.
That's right.
And so that's how I got my start in that Dynasty League. I actually took over your team, and yeah, so that's kind of interesting. And then here we are, gone full circle. And now we're actually playing. Well, we had played another Dynasty League together. You came back once we kind of redid that, and then it died off again. And here we are again. But yeah, it's funny. I've never seen what you even look like or anything. I mean, we've played years of fantasy football together, and this is my first time seeing you. Yeah. And then at the same time, like, Kyle's my teacher and you are his teacher. So this is like, man, it's weird. It's like generational fantasy football here.
Well, I know we're all like senseis, you know.
Yeah, you're like my fantasy football grandfather.
Kyle and I kind of mentored each other. We used to go back and forth quite a bit and kind of improving and fixing our fantasy strategy. But I might not look it, but I'm a lot older than I appear. I think my very first fantasy team, my 2 running backs were Tony Dorsett and Franco Harris. So I've been doing fantasy for probably a few too many years. And yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm just excited to be here with you guys today.
Yeah, we're excited too. Thanks for joining us, man. Appreciate
Absolutely.
that. So, yeah, this draft got started. We were all a little antsy. I know that, Tony, you tried to start it about a week ago. You were trying to encourage us to go ahead and start it. And that was a little too
several
early.
weeks ago when we first lined this thing up. He was like, "Can we start today?"
That's true. I think he started to start it at least, probably about a month ago. So, so we held off.
I mean, is there any other better time in fantasy football than the draft? I mean, it's the one thing I think that we all look forward to every year.
Oh, it's the best.
Yeah,
it's the
for
best.
real. Oh, Christopher Owens over here said MJ, Kobe, Tatum. So just that kind of like that generational teaching over there, kind of the same concept over there.
That's
so
it's true.
Kyle, is that chat still showing on screen for you, or is it off? Good, cool. Okay, it looks like our software is going to work tonight, man. We had some glitches the other night. Yeah, maybe. or maybe we didn't break it. Who knows? It's something like that. Anyway, so this draft got started today, and looks like everyone was pretty antsy for it because we are moving right along, which
I got James on here saying he's got like 2 offers. So as soon as he makes a decision, we'll have his pick, and then we can get rolling again.
Perfect. We'll just
the nice
keep that going.
Is super active, so it's not like they're sitting around and they aren't picking because they aren't available. They're just trying to figure out who they want,
right?
Or if they can make a trade. But
which I appreciate. I like that
right from the beginning. I think what makes this league a little bit more interesting is the IDP wrinkle, because then there's a whole conversation as far as how you're going to value the different positions and different players. It's a 10-team league, so that's another little wrinkle.
Yeah,
kind of throws off some of your valuations. But I was surprised to see Mahomes go second overall. That was a shocker for me.
Yeah. Let me pull up this draft board for everyone so that they can kind of see how this has gone so far and know kind of what we're talking about. So, let's see. Yeah, you can kind of see that there. I wish I could zoom in just a little bit more. Ooh, that's a better zoom. I like that. Okay.
Yeah,
so Kyle got the number 1 overall, went McCaffrey because he's not an idiot. Now,
not all the time, anyways.
Right. So Omaha, who you guys have seen in both of our other Dynasty leagues so far, we roped him into this one because we have a bromance. Who knows?
Because he's a sucker.
Yeah, poor guy. We just clicked with him, so we wanted him in on another league. Why not? So he made a trade to Jason, who runs Jason's league that we'll start another time. We've talked about multiple times. So he made a trade to him for his entire future or whatever. He traded away to get the 2nd overall pick. And then he took Patrick Mahomes, which was kind of a surprise, wouldn't you guys say? Again?
Absolutely. Yeah. To trade all that away from Mahomes. Yeah. He could have took him at 4, but he wouldn't have got Kamara with him, I guess. So
I'll be honest, I really thought there was a possibility that Mahomes would have been there for him in the 2nd. I don't know that
I agree.
Fallen that far, but I think there was a possibility of that happening.
He probably should have.
What's that?
He should have been there for you at your 2nd.
Yeah, but I think that's the beauty of the draft, is everyone values players a little bit differently, and it really kind of brings up, for me at least, and I'd like to hear your feedback on this. But as we're kind of looking at the draft in the first 10 picks, or I guess at this point the first 2 rounds, how are you valuing your dynasty players? For me, I think there are 4 criteria that I'm always looking at. And I think that gives me kind of a foundation for each pick and who I'm looking at taking. But the 2 obvious ones that we know in any fantasy is talent, number 1, situation, number 2. So we're going to look at the players, the talent they have, the situation they're in, and then the 2 additional, I think, criteria for dynasty is player age and injury history. So I think when you look at those 4 things, it kind of gives you a real easy way to create a value. And for me, I was surprised to see, as you kind of look at the draft, some of the guys going where they went based on. And I think that's why you see someone like Devontae Adams fall to the middle of the 2nd round.
Right.
Because of his situation, not knowing what's going to be with Rodgers.
Right.
But I do think CMC was the obvious pick I won. But Kyle, how do you feel about that injury? Do you think he's going to bounce back this year and be full strength?
For Adams?
No, for you, taking CMC.
For McCaffrey.
Are you worried at all about coming up injury?
Sorry, I was reading the draft board for a second when you asked the question. No, the CMC, I'm not worried about him, honestly. I mean, it wasn't like a big-time structural issue, so I don't think he's going to have any issues. But going back to your point about injuries making people fall, I think people are scared of Cook, and that's why you saw him fall to 9.
Well, same thing with Barkley.
Yep.
Yeah.
So looking over here, first of all, James Omaha said he wanted to sign on to see our reaction to his pick. So I think he just got that. I'm going to come over here. Kyle, where can I show what?
Real quick to therapist over there. It's not super flex. It's IDP,
right.
But it's not super flex.
Oh, here we go. Here, I wanted to show what our starting roster will look like. So it's QB, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, tight end, a flex, kicker, defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, and 2 defensive backs, and then a pretty deep bench in there, and then some IRs. Yeah, and then our rookie draft is 4 rounds deep.
Yep. And just to make sure.
Yeah, so therapist says, man, love Mahomes, but not at 102 then there. Yeah, if it was a super flex, this would be much different. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that pick at all as super flex, but he probably would have gone number 1 overall at super flex, totally different. So
right.
It's just a different game at that point.
Yeah.
Am I laggy over on you guys' screen too?
A little bit, yes.
Yeah,
cool.
You are.
Maybe my internet will pick up. I don't think there's anything I can really do about that right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, because I actually thought I lost your audio completely for a second there.
Interesting. I'm going to stop my video and then come back on with it, I guess. Y'all can talk amongst yourselves.
Well, right. Kyle, do you agree with those 4? I mean, is there anything else you're looking at in addition to?
No. That criteria is, pretty much what I'm looking at too. I know just from playing with you for so long, I know you really like your receivers in Dynasty format too. So I wasn't surprised to see you go receiver the first 2 rounds.
Well, again, I'm looking. Those are the 4 things I'm looking at, and I wasn't comfortable with a couple of the running backs. AJ Brown, to me, I think is the number 1 Dynasty receiver going into this year, just because of, again, his age, his situation. He's the only receiver now on that team. They're going to load that guy up with receptions. He reminds me of Andre Johnson back, with the Houston Texans years ago, because he's a threat all over the field. Plus, he's a red zone threat for TDs. I think we could see him easily with 15-plus touchdowns this year. Right. I think they're probably going to come off of Derrick Henry a little bit. They got to be careful. That guy has a ton of carries, and he's got a lot of mileage on those legs. So I just felt, for me, AJ Brown was the number 1 Dynasty receiver. Now, if you're looking for 2021, maybe you can make an argument for Tyreek Hill. One of the who went he went 3rd overall. That was
3rd overall, yeah.
But that was the reason why I went AJ, and he seems to be a healthy guy. So he's off the charts in every category. If you're looking at each of those 4 categories and you're ranking them on a scale from 1 to 10, talent is a 10, situation is a 10, age is a 10, his injury history is a 10.
Yeah,
I don't see any weakness there for him as far as a fantasy pick. And what I want to make sure I don't do in the first round is you don't want to mess up. So I'm going to take a guy like a Saquon,
the safest thing possible.
Yeah, you can take a safe pick who's not going to lose you the league. So.
All right, cool. I just want to bring to everyone's attention that I just got my trade through with Omaha. So sorry for holding up his pick there.
Oh, it was you we were waiting on. Okay.
Yeah, that was me.
2nd and a 10.
So I got 2nd and a 10 for my 4-6, which had both come from other trades already, and then my first.
You told me
next
you wanted
year.
3rd round picks, or I could have done that.
No, wait a second on this, Corey.
James is a liar. James, you're a liar.
For the record, I want some of the credit on this trade because I've been working on Omaha all day. I've been loosening him up on the draft pick idea. The
dude. No, dude, I've been working him since 10 o'clock this morning. No, we may have started last night on trade talks. So I'm not giving you that much, just because we've had 2 other drafts, and we were just joking about, like, we can't go 3 for 3 not getting a deal done, because we haven't been able to get a deal done the last 2, and we're like, I swear we're going to get one done this time. And so we actually did. So, but now I've got Tanner over here asking what I want for that 3-1. So man, I might. So I'm on the clock now. Yeah, let me go over here to the draft room.
So Kyle, let me ask you this question while Corey's looking at the draft board. I got a question for you. Just with, there probably have been 10 trades already in this league, which is awesome. But is there ever a point where you feel like you've hit the limit with trading? Because sometimes you'll see guys, and there's always a guy or 2 in the league that make that one too many trades where their team is really kind of perfect, or as perfect as they're going to get it, and then they make that one trade that kind of breaks everything. So is there a point for you where you feel like, okay, I'm just going to sit still, I'm done trading, or are you always looking for the next best deal?
I'm always looking to see if there's ways I can improve. I mean, I'm not going to trade for the sake of trading unless there's just something either I really want for whatever reason or that I just think will make my team better. And when I say what I really want, I mean like homer picks, like when I gave you half my roster for Des Bryant back in the day.
Right. That was the Herschel Walker trade.
You took me over the coals for that one, and I didn't even care. I think I still won that year.
That's
So, okay. So here's the thing. I've got
you need to make your 3 picks so we can get this show on the road.
So here's the thing. I've got my 3 picks in a row, right? And
I think you need to trade me one while we're here.
This is brilliant. I mean, I love this right here. There's 4 players I'm actually trying to pick between right here. And then I've got Tanner wanting to know what I want for that 3-1. So I'm a little curious to see what he offers on that. But it would have to be pretty good for me to pass on who I want, I think.
Corey, do you have an account with Fantasy Pros?
I do not.
Okay,
No.
So I do. So here's a little plug for Fantasy Pros is that you can actually sync your draft with Fantasy Pros with you, and they will update the draft board and kind of
well, I guess it wouldn't be bad if we did that. I was gonna say we don't want to show anything behind a paywall on our stream kind of thing, but that's a feature like it's different for everybody, so that wouldn't be a big deal at all. Let me see here. I just got offered a trade, but I am going to go look at it in a different window so that you guys don't see what that is. This is the one downfall to us streaming all of our stuff all the time.
Sure. So Kyle, what's your surprise pick of the first round?
Say again?
What is your surprise pick of the first round other than Mahomes going second overall?
Other than Mahomes?
Yeah.
Cook at 9 is nuts.
That was a surprise.
That was a huge surprise that he fell that far.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
I would have taken him before Barkley.
But Barkley is a LaDainian Tomlinson type. That guy can be a league winner if he's on. Like when he was healthy in 2008. Yes. I know, but when he was healthy in 2018, the guy had 91 receptions. And so there really isn't any other running back out there that has both the rushing potential and the reception potential like a Saquon Barkley. That guy could be a league winner every year. I wouldn't have touched him. I wouldn't have taken him myself because I'm scared off with the injury thing. And I just don't trust that offense as much. I mean, I'm
screw the Giants. I don't need them.
Their offensive line, yeah. But I would have gone Cook probably over Barkley personally. I was surprised, although I can understand why Diggs went where he went. That caught me off guard a little bit. And then we saw the tight ends go back to back. So I wasn't expecting Kelsey Kittle to go at the end of the second, beginning of the end of the first, beginning of the second. That was
well, when I had traded for that 2.1 and 2.3 pick, I was hoping for Kittle Diggs. And then when Diggs went early, I didn't expect him to go Metcalf fell on my lap. I prefer Diggs, but slightly.
I'm scared of Metcalf this year.
Why is that?
Just because, they're talking about reining in Wilson a little bit, not passing as much. And, they talked about that before.
Yeah.
But, and then you've got, what's his name there? Who's the other receiver? I can't think of
Lockett?
Yeah, Tyler Lockett. So, look, the guy's a stud. So
yeah, he is.
He's a no-brainer there. But he just scared me a little bit. But I get it. He was definitely one of the guys that I was thinking of taking at my pick when I took Hopkins.
Honestly, it was between Metcalf and Adams for me at that pick, and it came down to age was my tiebreaker, honestly.
Yeah, I get it. Well, I think what happens with
we just had a couple picks real quick here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick. Henry and Ridley taken by Corey.
Yep. So Henry, just because, I personally believe he has, maybe possibly 3 years left in him. I mean, for me, that's good enough looking at.
I keep missing these trades because I'm on the draft board.
Yeah. So hold on. I'll run you through this thought process here. Right. So Henry, a little bit older, and everyone's worried about his workload. The dude's just a beast. I mean, he's going to help me immediately. And I think he's got 2-3 years on him, whatever. Maybe if someone's on a championship run and I'm not in it this year, then I might be able to trade him off for something like a first round next year or something like that. So there's still really good value there, especially this late in the draft. So it's a win now with some potential, kind of approach there. And then Calvin Ridley, I needed a wide receiver, and I love Calvin Ridley because he's already producing. And then if they trade Julio Jones, I love him even more. I love that right there. So James just texted me and said I was going to take Henry and Ridley with my threes. So I'm all kind of thinking alike there. I just think that's really, I think it's good value right there. So then Brew Crew, Tanner wanted that 3-1 right there. So he's after somebody, obviously. And so I traded him my 3-1 and looks like this 10-9 here. Nope. Hold on. Let me go back over here to see what this was. We'll make sure we get this right for you guys. Okay. So I traded my 3rd and my 10 to get his 3rd and 5th. So really, I only moved back about 6 spots on the draft board and gained a 5 back because I was down a pick there. So I gained my pick back that I had already traded away and only moved back a few spots. The reason I did that is because I knew I wanted Henry and Ridley, and I didn't know who exactly I wanted on that 3rd pick. I had it down to about 6 people. And so I was like, oh, well, this will make up my mind for me. I won't have to decide. And so then I gain a 5th back. So to me, it was just kind of a no-brainer there to take that.
Yeah, we're kind of in that money range right here for having multiple picks for sure.
Well, I'll tell you this, Corey. Derrick Henry had no business being there going into the end of the 2nd round. That's a great pick.
Yeah, this is the latest he's lasted in anything we've been in. So
that's a no-brainer. And Ridley is, the guy's a wide receiver 1, and he's got age working for him. So.
Yep. I was gonna say I needed a little bit of youth having Kelsey and Henry. I needed a little bit of youth on my team. So.
I feel a lot better about Ridley with Atlanta passing on a QB in the draft. Had they gone QB,
absolutely,
draft, I'd be a little bit more nervous I'd say, about Ridley. But the fact that they're committed to Ryan, he isn't going anywhere, then you're pretty secure at that spot. So I think he did a good job personally.
Appreciate that. Yep.
I'm surprised. So just real quick though, going back to the tight ends, who took Waller at the? I mean, you got surprised by that one? The beginning of the 2nd. No.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a little bit panicky maybe because Kelsey and Kittle went, but I felt that was way too early for Waller.
Yeah. Okay. Just curious.
So the only reason I'm not super surprised by it, well, I've got a couple reasons. First of all, he's a Raiders fan,
and that's why he just drafted Jacobs too.
Wow. Yeah, so he's a Raiders fan.
Jacob, wait a second, take that in. I don't mean to throw you off. But
no,
Jacobs went. I mean, Jacobs went before. You still got Zeke and Aaron Jones and Chubb are still out there. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of confidence. I'm a Raiders guy myself.
That's a bold strategy, Cotton.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes when you're in it for the long haul, mate, you just want your guys.
Yeah, they picked up Kenyon Drake. I mean, I'm just nervous.
I know.
That high. So I'm sorry. Go ahead about Waller.
No, go for it. No, you're fine, man. That's a good reaction right there to that pick. Yeah, I'm more surprised than the Waller actually. So I'm not. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that at all. In fact, I was warned that he would take him there.
You see in the chat there, Shane just posted a picture of he's out there in the Coliseum. He's got us on his TV.
Oh. Did he post it over here? Oh, nice. He's got our stream going up on one of his TVs there in his little man cave. I say little man cave. It's not a little man cave. That's a nice.
It's literally the greatest. It's literally the greatest man cave ever.
Pool table, multiple fridges, room for kegs. It's the bomb. Multiple TVs. What did he have? What do we count? 6 TVs in there, Kyle? Jeez. It's bomb.
No, I think it's 5.
5. I think he had one on wheels or something, maybe.
Yeah, but, that one was new this time. Yeah.
But so I'm not surprised by the Waller thing because Kelsey and Kittle are there, and anyone who's been watching our draft or our streams knows what we think of tight ends and the advantage you get there if you get one of the top ones. We've talked about that on almost every stream we've been on the last month, I swear.
And Tanner's been watching quite a few of them.
Yeah,
so.
and Tanner watches that, so I think he kind of felt that, and so I don't necessarily blame him, and I think it's safer because it is 10 team, right? So the draft's already going to be a little bit deeper at your other positions, so you can kind of afford to kind of go a little bit earlier on time. That's why I felt fine going at, my first round pick. And he already had Diggs, and then, had he not traded at 3-7, or I mean, even at 3-1, he knew he wanted a running back, so he got a running back, so there were running backs there available. Even if he hadn't traded up there at 3-7, there were going to be good running backs left there. Now, had this draft gone the way it should have, maybe how we saw in our minds, maybe not.
This is one of the weirdest drafts I've ever taken part of.
But I love it at the same time. Like, I love that everyone's doing what they want to do. People are trading like crazy. Like, it's fun, man. Yeah, James doesn't even know what a tight end is. He's like, a tight end? Who gets those? Like,
I see Tony over there wanting to trade back from 3-6 with me. Yeah. It's on his face. I can see it.
You can tell. You can read my poker face.
Your concentration face there for sure. You're looking for something.
I think the trade. So just going back to what we were talking about earlier, the trade I did with Jason, where he gave me a pick up his 7th and his 8th. I'm pretty good right now. Like, for me to make any deals at this point, it'd have to be a crazy good offer, a crazy good deal. I really tried hard to trade down from that 6th spot. I sent messages to everyone behind me and even guys in front of me, but nobody would bite. I thought someone was going to really want to jump on Cook. So when nobody bit, then I knew I knew I needed to take AJ Brown there, because I figured if I moved back even 4 picks, he'd be gone. Because I wanted to walk out of the first round with AJ Brown. That's the guy I wanted.
Yeah, and you went on the clock right as I was getting on the road, so I kind of missed out on my chance to negotiate there. But I'm not sure I would have paid what it would to get up there, anyways.
Hey, I sent Tony everything he was asking for in a pick or in a trade there. I sent him everything he wanted.
It's not that hard to believe.
I was like, dude, I was just reading your messages and I sent you what you wanted.
If
the bare minimum of what he wanted there.
Well, I think you're the one I messaged. I said, you said, what would you like? And I said, I'm not sure. I'm kind of window shopping. Like, I'm hoping that I'm kind of looking and I see something I really want and I, jump at it. I didn't really know what I wanted either.
Yeah.
For me to lose AJ there, I didn't want to risk it. That's the guy.
Well, that's kind of how I was when Tanner asked me about 301. I was just like, I mean, I didn't plan on shopping it, but I mean, if you want to shoot something my way, I mean, I'll take a look at it. I mean, why not?
But so 301, but don't you think so who's Tanner? What Tanner is Brew Crew?
Yeah.
You don't think that he would have been there at 3-7, Jacobs? I think Jacobs probably still would have been there. Or is it good?
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
the way this draft is going, I don't know.
Exactly. That's the best.
I don't know at this point.
There's Nick Chubb's gone.
Yep. Also, Omaha says Tony wants to trade down from 6? ? So you may have a trade partner there. Who knows? And then Football Therapist says Jacob's way too early there. I agree. Sometimes you just gotta get your guy if you want him. Honestly.
But you got to think about the league settings. It's a PPR league.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think at that spot, Jacobs. But I'm a huge Jacobs guy. Like, I've got a bunch of rookie football cards. I've got his jersey, a signed helmet from him. So I love Josh Jacobs. I love his story.
He's from Oklahoma, actually. He's from Tulsa, Oklahoma. So a little bit of a connection there, which is nice. I like that. Yeah. So, James says, want to move down or up? Bro, message him. Don't come over here like. Yeah.
So James,
Omaha wants to know what you want to do with that 6th round. If you want to move up or down or whatever. So.
Tell him. Okay, that guy's got to message me here. Sorry, guys. Let me see if he.
No, go for it, man. That's what this is all about. So that's what this channel is about, is showing
I've been
people.
texting people this whole time trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah, watch us play our game. That's the whole point of our channel, is people get to watch us play our game. And what's great about this league and this draft that's going on so far is it's moving at a great pace, and people are active and people are making decisions really quick. I mean, we're at 24 hours per pick, and we're almost halfway through the third round already, and not even 12 hours. So if that tells you anything. Now, why is it set at 24 hours a pick? It's because people have jobs, and some people's jobs, we know in here, they can't really get on during the day. They're just not allowed that. Their job's not as flexible. So we just wanted to make sure. And then with the different time zones, we know people aren't going to take the full time. So better safe than sorry. Plus with the trading that's going on, geez, I'm actually surprised it hasn't taken longer, but everyone was chomping at the bit. It's funny though, because I mean, the whole league got in on it. We started a day early. This was not planned.
Yeah. I'm not actually starting
36
tomorrow.
We started 36 hours before we planned on it, and here we are. Like, everyone's been on board with it. It's wild. I love it. I love it. I love that. That's the thing here. That's everyone's mindset, and I love that.
Yeah, me too. Well, you guys did a good job of bringing in active guys. You know everyone here, so you knew that everyone you were bringing in, they were going to be active, and
that's what killed the last one. We had half the guys wanted to play, and half of them just wanted to sit on their team.
Yeah. No, this is perfect.
Yeah, Kyle did a really good job there. He did everything he could to make sure we had the right guys. We chatted back and forth a lot, and tossed around some ideas, and just trying to make sure we had the right guys. And then we had Jared on board there for a little bit from our old Dynasty league, and then he had to drop out the last minute. And then we knew Tanner would be money because he's on here, he's watching us, he's just active in it, and highly interested. So we were like, yes, that's a great replacement. We want someone like that.
Which one's Tanner? Who's Tanner?
Tanner's the Brew Crew.
Brew Crew.
All right, cool. What's up, Tanner? Took my wallet.
He's the other Raider fan.
I know. I wanted Waller later, but
y'all are both whack as hell. I'm just gonna say that. Raider fans.
I always like the silver and black. Even now, I got silver and black. I just always like the silver and black.
Well, it's funny because I've always given you crap for being a Raiders fan. You've always given me crap for being a Cowboys fan. So it's just kind of one of them things.
except I'm the one that makes sense out of the two of us.
I don't know about that, dog.
I actually grew up a Cowboys fan. I love Drew Pearson, Tony Dorsett. Those are my guys.
And then you got a concussion, and the rest is history.
I guess, you know what? In my youth, I was a little bit of a front runner, and I jumped on the Raiders bandwagon when they beat the Eagles in '83 Super Bowl.
Yeah, I like that.
And Jim Plunkett and Marcus Allen, and I like those guys. Plus, I used to love Lyle Alzado and Howie Long, so I'm an old school guy.
Nice.
Very cool.
So I guess we're waiting. I'm gonna see if I can make a deal with.
We got James back on the clock here with the trade he made with Jason this morning.
Wheeling and dealing.
I know. He just keeps trading further and further back. In fact, I'm trying to get one of these picks he's got here. Like, I'm trying to get a third round pick, boys. I'm not having much luck. Or at least another early fourth, but
Kyle, you're not up again until you pick in the beginning of the fourth. You're all right.
4.1. I know. I just want one more in this range somewhere.
So you're kind of going against your earlier statement, which was I'm not going to trade just to trade, and that's exactly what you're looking to do.
That's not true.
Yes,
I'm shooting for a small range of guys.
No. You're shooting from the hip. I know you.
I've literally been trying to get a pick. Well, now it's the next 10 picks since Dobbins was on the clock. Right before he took Dobbins, I've been trying to trade for one in this third, fourth round range.
Yeah. That Dobbins was another one I was surprised to see go that early.
Yeah, that was a little early for me on him.
But again, Dynasty throws a wrinkle into everything. So
It does. We had this other. Well, you saw it. The last Dynasty draft we did. Those guys valued youth so much that guys that had no sense, and it was a 16-team league, guys are falling third round that shouldn't have been in third round just because they wanted young guys so bad.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy.
Well, I still think, there's guys. Okay.
I think James is overwhelmed. He's got like 87 offers, he said. Hold on.
Everyone knows he's willing to deal, man.
I know, man. He's like the easy girl in school, right? Everybody wants to try.
Wow.
Ouch.
Dang.
Ouch.
Is he still in the chat? James, you still over here in the chat, buddy?
Probably not. I wouldn't blame him for having left just because he's probably busy trying to figure out his trades right now. I love this. What's funny is
loyal.
I love that he's in our chat trying to get some trades. I love that we're all three on here trying to get trades with him.
Hey, we're
actively on screen competing with each other.
We need to get James and Tanner in here on this chat, like on the screen, and just have a big, like we did the other night.
So I'd be down for that.
I got a question. I just noticed this for some reason. I didn't notice it earlier, but as I'm looking at the draft board, as we're waiting for Omaha, what are your thoughts on that one guy stacking a running back and wide receiver from the same team?
He took Cook.
Cook Jefferson.
I just noticed that he did that now.
I'm not
players, but
I'm not as big on running back receiver as I am I love quarterback receiver.
So I actually don't. I don't hate it in like a PPR league because Jefferson could not score a touchdown there and still score big points. Or he can score one touchdown and still score big points in a PPR. So I actually don't necessarily hate that. And now if it was if it was standard scoring, I would hate it. Half point, not the best. PPR, I don't mind it, I think.
So yes, I think that was my question. Not necessarily specific to Dalvin and Jefferson, although that I am curious about your thoughts. But just generally speaking, stacking a running back and a receiver from the same team, is that something you typically want to avoid doing? Because it could impact how you draft one round, knowing what guys are still on the draft board for the next round, and it kind of might sway your pick one way or another. So I just didn't know in general if that's something you try to avoid or you just ignore that.
For me, I ignore it. I mean, last year I was I won a half-point PPR league, and I had Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams, right? So it shows that if you have the elite. Well, I mean, I think Cook Jefferson's one of those exceptions. I'm saying you have to have, if you have two super elite talent, that they're going to get their points no matter what, right? So even if they were on separate teams, if they were on different teams, they would still both be scoring high points. They're both super valuable. So that doesn't change just because they're on the same team. Now, when it comes to bye weeks, I don't pay attention to bye weeks. And honestly, if I have one bye week where pretty much my whole team's on bye, I prefer that because it's 1 week out of the way. I can sacrifice 1 week. It's not a big deal, and then I'm strongest the rest of the season. So I just can't believe he was able to snag both of those players. I mean, he got great value with Cook. My gosh, that's insane. So good. I mean, I was trying to trade up into that spot because I couldn't believe Cook made it that far. And I thought I might be able to get him cheaper from him than you for sure. So
that's not true. If AJ Brown wasn't there, I would have been more receptive to trading down. I had my eyes on him from the beginning.
Well, I was also asking to move down pretty far where AJ Brown would not have been there, guaranteed.
Well, I wasn't nervous at all at my spot until Hill went. And when I said, wait, receiver went third. Wait a second, maybe Brown might go in the next 2 picks. And then, like I said, I sent messages to Brew Crew, everyone behind me, and a couple of guys replied and said, I've got my strategy, and I'm not going to. So they were kind of telling me that they weren't interested in Cook, which meant that they could be looking at Brown. And so my plan was to move back and still get him. It was unlikely to happen. So anyway, that's why my asking price probably would have been very steep at that point, because I didn't want to leave my pick without him.
Right.
Anyway,
No, I think that's fair.
based on where I was drafting. I mean, if I was drafting first overall, he wouldn't have been my guy. But at that spot, that's who I wanted.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense.
Tanner says we need to add him so he can explain his picks.
I am actually down
Tanner
for
again?
that.
Huh?
Who's
What
Tanner?
part?
Tanner's the Brew Crew.
Brew Crew.
Let me get his email.
I like the picks, Brew Crew.
Here you go. Yeah, get his email real quick. Kyle, you got that link, right? You can just send that to him.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
send
upset because I was hoping Diggs was going to be there for me in the second. So that's what I'm disappointed about.
Yeah, I think that Diggs pick is sick. I love Diggs. I think
do
he's.
too.
I would probably take Diggs over Adams right now, too, because of the quarterback situation. I just don't trust that super well right now. So, and when you're looking at, even if Aaron Rodgers does play this year, but then this all happens again. I mean, when you're looking at a dynasty league, that plays into it. I mean,
Again,
it's just more secure.
So the only Diggs was my target in the second round.
Yep.
Probably the only reason why I personally had Brown over Diggs was because of age. Diggs will be 28 going into the season this year. But again, if you look at those, that's why I'm saying those 4 criteria really are helpful. If you look at 1, talent, 2, situation, 3, age, 4, injury history, he's pretty good on all of those things. The only real ding against him, if you could make one, is the age. He's not as young as, Jefferson or Brown, some of these other guys. But there are still plenty of those receivers out there.
Totally.
I don't want to give anything away, but I know you guys, both of you have your eyes on probably a nice young receiver in Dallas that I won't mention.
Yeah, I mean, I think Michael Gallup has a lot of
potential there.
A lot of potential in Michael Gallup. I mean, he performed pretty well. He performed well last year with some really, some lower quarterback play. Some lesser quarterback play. He performed well, so good for him.
You're a mind reader. That's exactly who I was thinking of.
I assumed that's exactly who you were, and I knew you were afraid to give it away because we're probably all 3 eyeballing him. So.
I got to be careful. How much strategy am I going to give away while we're in the middle of the draft? I got to be careful here.
Yeah, I mean that's a concern. I mean, we've had that concern ourselves. We knew before we even started the channel. Man, I'm on a huge delay with my video and stuff. Jeez, oh Pete.
Yeah, you are. It looks funny.
Crazy.
You look like a bad dub movie.
I know, it's really bad, man. That's really bad. Anyways, we had that worry when we started because we knew what we wanted to do. We wanted to be different than everyone else and kind of show real-time fantasy football play, how we're making our decisions, why we're making our decisions, kind of in the moment. But then we were like, well, if people get on and watch us, like Tanner and Omaha and you and stuff, like we're giving away all of our secrets and thoughts during the draft, during setting waivers, while making trades. Like we're giving everything away. But I mean, it's for the good of the fantasy football community, right? Something like that.
It's fun as hell too.
It's really fun. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. So yeah, we're giving away some secrets and strategy, and but what allowed us to do this is that I finally won some championships this last year, and so now I'm like, oh well, I've won, so that's not as big a deal. So I'm more willing to give away my secrets and thoughts now because I finally, after 10 years, finally won some championships. So again, disclaimer to all of our watchers, we do not claim to be experts at anything. So this is why Omaha can't pull off a trade right now because his mind is not in the game. He said the easy girl comment got me thinking 3-way. So he's just... he means 3-way trade, I'm sure, right? Like,
I don't know. It's with me and Tony, so he could mean either one. Honestly,
because I had to turn that down, James. I just these picks. I don't know. Can I tell you the trade offer, or because you were in there too, Kyle? But For me to get this 3-4 pick, it was going to wind up
Hmm.
costing me my 4th and 5th rounder, and those picks just, I can't give them both up. It's just too much for me to move up and grab that. We're just at the beginning, and there's a ton of guys still on the board. So,
Yeah.
Kyle, how many people were involved in this trade?
3.
It was 3.
3? Sorry, I couldn't help
Okay, go
it.
ahead and make your pick, Omaha.
I had a 3 there. I had to do it.
I guess since you already rejected, I didn't have to do anything with it. So
Yep.
Yeah, did you like it? Did you have accepted that, Kyle? I didn't even see what your.
it was. I mean, on my end, it was almost what I sent him, but there was a couple things that were swapped out, so probably not.
Yeah.
I was trying to get this pick, and he swapped it out for the later one. 4.3 there, yeah, 4.3. But I wasn't given as much as I was given for this one, so I mean the trade-off was there. It wasn't terrible for me. He was cleaning up, but
Yeah, it was just like I said, for me to give up a 4th and a 5th rounder in a fantasy league where we're 12 deep, it's just too much. There you go, there you go. Good pick. That was
a good pick.
I would say he's stacked at running back. Look at that.
Yeah, that's sick.
Aaron Jones, Kamara, and JK.
And some good receiving back there too.
Now those are picks from.
Oh yeah, you're right. So he's
Jason. So he's got Dobbins and Jones.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Got it. There's
and Elliott. So he's got Dobbins,
Gallup?
Elliott.
I'm surprised by that.
He's got Dobbins, Elliott, and Jones. So he's still stacked at running back.
Corey 2K coming in hot.
That's a great pick.
That's why I wanted that pick from you, James. You jerk. Trying to get this other girl in here in our bed and mess the whole thing up.
That's kind of hot.
Oh well, such is life. You win some, you lose some.
Okay, hang on a second. Now I'm in a quandary myself.
Yeah, you need to trade this pick to me.
What do you want to give? What do you want to offer for it?
It's funny how we don't want to make decisions, so we would rather just trade back because it's like this is too much. It's too much pressure. I told Kyle earlier if Dalvin Cook had dropped to that 10th overall pick, I was probably going to cry because I had already traded away my back-to-back because we had already come to this agreement on this deal, and I was going to cry because I couldn't then get Cook and Kelsey back-to-back there. And so I'm glad that he got taken so it didn't come to that because I was out in public at the moment, and that would have been embarrassing.
If I can find your name on here, Tony, I'm going to send you an offer. There it is. I passed it.
Also, I have to do something for Shane. I think this is by request that he wanted O'Brien on the screen again, I think is what he wanted. So I'm kidding. He hates O'Brien. So he said, don't do that. That's so funny.
I'm going to hit my mute here a second.
I'm about to send you an offer too.
Okay, I've got a fantasy consigliere that I have to consult real quick.
Oh, he's got the Oracle.
That I'm not doing something foolish here before I submit my draft pick. Plus, I have to see Kyle's offer. So if I hit mute, this mutes me because I don't want you guys to have to listen to me.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Go for it. I can even hide you from the screen if you want. Just wave me down when you're ready. Okay, yeah, I'll just mute. You're good. Another one for Shane here. I'm gonna do this for Shane too. I mean, sorry about O'Brien. Oh wait. Oh, is that JJ Watt on screen now too? Oh. This just all really hurts. It just hurts to be a Texans fan, honestly. Like, I'm sorry, Shane. That's rough, man. I thought it was tough being a Cowboys fan, but geez, Texans take it to a whole nother level. I'm hurting his feelings over here. He must feel attacked, which is probably what he feels like every Sunday while watching his Texans. Probably so.
Probably.
That's funny.
Him and Shane both.
Oh, Shane too. Yeah, Shane and James are both. I was talking about Shane. Had I been saying?
You said
I've been
Shane a couple
actually,
times and James a couple times. You've gone
dude.
back
I
and
don't know
forth.
why. I'm reading both their names as they're chatting in here, and it's probably got me confused. I've been talking about Shane this whole time, but James over here, I keep seeing his stuff too. So yeah, they're both hurting, man.
So Omaha and Sandman are both Space
Wow.
City fans.
Ouch. That's
I know.
rough.
We got 2 Raider fans and 2 Texans fans.
And 2 Cowboys fans.
2
'cause
Cowboys
me and you.
fans. We got a Broncos fan.
Oh, we have 2 Chargers fans, right? Because of
no,
Jason and his son.
Nope, he said Sean is a Broncos fan, so he's a Broncos.
Oh,
which that's got to
wow! I'm
sting
surprised.
as a
Yeah, I'm
father.
surprised he still lets him live in the house.
I know,
Man,
I
I am surprised.
Yeah, and then Jason is a Chargers fan. I don't remember who Corey Brown roots for. I used to know, but I've forgotten.
Ravens, right? Maybe Ravens?
Nah, that was his old team in the league, but that
okay.
wasn't his favorite team. I want to say Packers. But I'm not 100%.
You might be right on that. Which would make Adams a good pick for him then. I bet that makes him. And Derry Berry,
yeah, I have no idea on him.
Man, I would say maybe Cowboys on him too. I'm not really sure, but that would seem correct. I don't know who else it would be. So yeah, it'd be worthwhile. I like that we're pulling off these trades live here. This is exactly what we wanted from our channel was stuff like this. I mean, obviously we're analyzing trades and going through this, seeing thought process, things of that sort. I mean,
Tony didn't like my trade.
I was over here pulling up, looking through some rankings, kind of seeing where I was going. I saw Derrick Henry up at 12. It was just a little bit of just, okay, good. Like they think that highly of him, even in Dynasty rankings, but they still had,
we got Daniel in the chat and he is a Cowboys fan.
There we go.
My guy.
Yeah, he says Cowboys fan and the constant disappointment that comes with that. Yeah, it's one of those always. It's this is our year, and it's every year we say that. Man, it hurts. I'm with you, my man.
It does.
Oh, here was where I was at. Yeah, Calvin Ridley had him down at 21, and I was kind of down between him and Zeke, and because Homer going with Zeke, and then I just had to go with Ridley, but because I needed a wide receiver, but. Dang it. Whatever. Yeah. So anyways, it's nice to have these rankings here. Tanner joined up with us. Hold on. Let me get down here.
Okay.
What's up? There's Tanner. What's up, man?
Bro.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How's it going, man?
What's up, Tanner?
Hanging in there, trying to make it through this 4-day draft. I see we got going.
Dude, that's a good pace, man. We just went through another one that took what, Kyle, 2 weeks, and that's after we shortened it.
Yeah,
we shortened it by like 4 rounds or something like that. Yeah, that took a long time, dude. I'm digging that beard, Tanner. Man, you got that going strong, man.
It's a work in progress, fellas. It's a work in progress. First of all, I definitely love the show, guys. I love watching it. It's the highlight to my week. Second of all, of the invite to the draft. Fantasy football has always been kind of a thing of mine, and I enjoy it, and I appreciate you guys putting me on this position. So thank you.
No, thank you, man. Thanks for being a supporter, and thanks for playing with us and being active. We love that. We love it when someone can be active like that. So you're the ideal player for this league for sure.
Absolutely.
Also, in case you guys know, like Tanner was a long time childhood friend of ours back in the day. Oh my gosh, way back in the day. I mean, we grew up. We kind of grew up together, honestly. Like back in the day, So when we made a move early on in life, right before I started 3rd grade, so that's way back in the day, 97 actually, and him and his family helped us build our house. Actually, on our new land and everything. And so we'd go out and play Army out in the woods and down in our creek and everything, and our dads would be building on the house and stuff. So good times, man. Moms were really good friends and everything. So good longtime friend of ours. Kind of disconnected there for a little while, so it's nice to be reconnected here. And of all things, fantasy football, which is fantastic. See, so it just goes to prove fantasy football can bring people together. I love it.
Yes. Well, it can. Absolutely, it can. Like I say, it reconnected us. I've been friends with Tony now for a little over a decade because of fantasy football. And this is the first time we've spoken face-to-face at all.
Now, Tony, I don't know if you know this or if you've heard this, but Jason has family here in Oklahoma City, and actually where we're all kind of from in Central there, where Kyle lives. And Tanner, are you still in Shawnee?
No, he's in Kansas now.
Oh, he's in Kansas. Cool. Well, but that's where we grew up and everything. And Jason actually has family there. And so we've actually met Jason in person as he flew into Oklahoma and was visiting family. We've both gotten to meet him on 2 different occasions. So so just weird, man. Total random people you meet online playing fantasy football, and then you just build these relationships. Or you have old real friendships, and fantasy football brings you back together. So it's kind of cool, man. I love it.
It is very cool.
All right, so now the real question is, or first, let's do this.
Actually, the real question is, are you going to trade me this pick?
I already picked.
Oh, yeah, I'm back on the clock.
I'm just trying to get every freaking pick that comes on the clock at this point.
My goodness. Okay, so Tony, you took Pitts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here you were worried about Waller going too early.
Yeah, I understand why. It's still a little early for me for him, but.
Can you put the draft boards back up there?
Yeah. Let me get back on that really quick. There you go.
So I'm not sure who's on the stream, but my critique of Waller was a little bit of misdirection, so that Pitts might drop a couple more spots to me here at 4. But no, I think for me, it is a little bit of a risky pick. But I went pretty safe on my first 2, so I felt like here's a chance for me to hit a grand slam with Pitts. The guy's a unicorn. Looking at trading Julio Jones. Julio's on whether they trade him on, he's on his way out. And I think Pitts can really in Dynasty can be a long-term monster for me at the tight end position and give me a regular advantage, not just in the short term, but in the long term. So kind of using your strategy on Kelsey and Kittle, but having somebody like Pitts who's just, his first year coming into the NFL.
Well, I can actually explain the Waller-Jacobs pick real quick if you got a second.
Yeah, go for it, man. That's why we brought you on.
If you look at Waller, you look at tight ends across the country, and tight ends are kind of a dime a dozen. They can play both positional roles. It's a hit or miss with them. But I watched last week when you guys had a Kosh on, and he was talking about the number game, about watching the numbers and knowing your picks based on what they've proved to you before, which is correct. But at the same time, when you look at guys like Darren Waller, he had joined the NFL. He had a substance abuse problem. He's back. He's got a great fit in Vegas. John Gruden does great things for the guy. He's got something to prove for the Raiders organization. And that's where I felt like Darren Waller, I didn't want to get him that early, but at the same time, I wanted to pick him up because that guy, he's not going to be a Calvin Johnson. He's not going to be a high point scorer, but he is going to be supremely consistent. And that's why I wanted to pick him up when I did, just due to the fact that he is who he is. And like I said, once again, he has something to prove.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing with the Josh Jacobs deal. I hate to go Raider, but at the same time, he's a great
fit. You don't hate to go Raider.
No, I don't. If I could go Derek Carr 4th round right now, I'd go, but I can't. So, but that's just kind of where the Waller thing fell. I think that he's a great asset to the team. I think he'll do well. I think he'll do really well.
Yeah, I'm a Raiders fan, like I said earlier, and I watched him a lot last year. The one thing I do like about Waller, and again, keep in mind that part of my critique of Waller was that I wanted Pitts to last a few more spots for me. so I was kind of down on the tight end. But I don't have an issue with the pick. Here's what I want to say about Waller is that offense goes through him. That whole passing game goes through Waller. He is the first option there. He's a mismatch for any defensive back or linebacker. He is a threat on any position and down in the game. He's also the red zone threat, receiving threat. It'll be interesting to see how things work out this year with Ruggs having a second year, Edwards on a second year. But I don't disagree with any of that. I think, what I was really hoping, to be honest, at the start of the draft is that Waller or Kittle were going to fall to me at the third round. When I saw all of them go early, I knew Pitts was going to be a backup option for me, but I did want to go tight end at my third pick. That was my pick.
And honestly, me and Kyle had talked prior to this about picking up running backs, and I thought about picking up a running back where I picked up Waller or maybe even Josh Jacobs and picking up somebody different. But at the same time, I thought, man, Waller is just, like I said, he's consistent. He's kind of the go-to guy down there. I didn't want to see him fall any lower than I did, and I wanted to pick him up when I did. So I just pulled the trigger, man, and got him.
Good deal.
And I'm not surprised by Corey's pick right here either. Honestly.
Dude, I've been itching for Eckler in every league so far, and just can't get him. Cannot get him.
Haven't worked out yet.
Corey, I'll tell you something funny. When I put you guys on mute, I called my friend and I said I got Pitts and Eckler. Please, tell me I'm not an idiot for not taking Eckler here, but that was the pick. That was my pick. If Pitts wasn't there, I would have taken Eckler.
In a PPR, it just makes sense.
Again, but he would, going back to my list of 4 criteria, he was injured all last year. I just, kind of scares me off a little bit. But that was my pick if Pitts wasn't there. Personally, good pick.
Thank you. I'm itching to have him on at least one team.
I'm excited for you. I'm excited that you're excited.
Appreciate that. Hey, if I didn't get Elliott, I needed to get Eckler. But again, it's one of those, like, I didn't know who I wanted between Elliott, Chubb, Jones, Eckler, and let's see. There's a couple more. Akers. God, there's just so many guys here I like. It's tough. There were so many. Even CEH, like in a PPR and stuff, I could see CEH doing better this year than people are giving him credit for. DeAndre Swift, Antonio Gibson. There was just too many. So I was like, it's worth the trade to trade back and at least have some of these guys taken off my plate so I could have less to choose from. I had too many options and it was worth trading back.
Corey Eckler is a type in a PPR league. He's a type of guy that could finish top 5 running back this year.
Oh yeah.
So
absolutely.
That's great value at that spot. No, it's a no-brainer in a PPR.
I absolutely agree.
So you did a good job. For me, it was him or Pitts.
It was, let's see, he missed how many games last year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He missed 6 games, and he probably got hurt partway through this Tampa Bay. He still finished number 26 PPR running back. So, who knows? He probably could have scored some big points. I like him.
Yeah. No-brainer for me, I think.
Yeah. So here we go. We got Godwin next is a good pick there. I think Godwin's a good wide receiver pickup by Derryberry there.
Mm-hmm.
Got really surprised that there hasn't been any big name rookies taken yet. You got Najee, you got Trevor Lawrence, you got them guys out there that.
Well, I took Pitts. I took Pitts.
Yeah, Pitts is the one, but
he was the first one. Yeah.
But I feel like it's because these other guys are already proven, right? I think that's the difference between this league and our other 2 leagues we just came out of. Those guys were taking those guys way early on. They're looking for those rookies and that real long-term play. And it's not like old guys are getting taken here either, but they're proven and we know how they're going to perform and the output we're going to get from them, the points we're going to get from them. So we're going with more of we trust these players and rookies will come later kind of approach is what it feels like. So, and I don't blame people for that.
You also made the comment about picking up like like your older generational players. I mean, I'm really surprised at this point. You know, you got Patrick Mahomes that went 1-2, but you got guys like Tom Brady who, you know that guy brings to the table.
But not in fantasy. Not in real life, yes. In fantasy, he's not a fantasy QB. Not these days.
Yeah, but Tom Brady could be the one to put you into the back end of a championship or of a serious playoff spot.
Dude, honestly, I'm taking Jalen Hurts over Tom Brady in fantasy all day. In real life, no way. In fantasy, all day.
In Dynasty, maybe. You would take Brady over. You would take Brady over Hurts
over Brady. I would take Hurts over Brady in a redraft.
No way. I wouldn't touch Hurts
because he gets those rushing points.
Yeah, but Hurts. I mean, he come out of Alabama. He's a great quarterback at Alabama.
Hey, he came out of OU too, buddy. That's where he learned his skills. He didn't learn nothing at Alabama. He learned it all at OU.
He's a citizen, but when you look at play potential, when you look at consistency, when you look at things like he knows how to play in those situations, man, I'm going Brady over Hurts all day long.
Dude, here's what I know in fantasy football. If he gets in a tough situation, Hurts is just going to take off running with it when he feels any sort of pressure. And for me, that spells fantasy points. That spells rushing yards.
Listen, I've never owned Tom Brady in like a couple of times ever, and every time was a down year. So screw Tom Brady on my fantasy team. It's never happening again. I don't care how good he does.
I've never seen anyone win a championship with Tom Brady as their starting quarterback in fantasy football. I don't think I have.
I'm not making an argument for Tom Brady as my starting quarterback. I'm making an argument for Tom Brady over Jalen Hurts as my quarterback. I wouldn't touch Hurts.
I think in one of my leagues, actually, in one of my championships last year, the guy did have Hurts as his starting quarterback. It got him through the playoffs and to the championship, and he did good in that week. Like,
I could say I know guys who had Tom Brady who won leagues too. I mean that doesn't win you.
I can't.
Jalen Hurts is not a elite.
No. Did I say he was elite? No. Come on now. I just said fantasy wise, I would trust him to put up fantasy points more so than Tom Brady, and that's only because of those rushing yards. That is 100% it. He gets those rushing yards. That's the only thing I'm just saying that makes a difference.
All right. Who's Hurts throw to?
Well, this year he's got more. Yeah, now he's got more options.
I'm just asking you, who are his receivers? Can you name me the starting rotation?
Devontae Smith now.
Who?
Yeah.
Devontae Smith, Jalen Reagor.
Okay. You wouldn't rather have Tom Brady starting guys over you got to look at that
receivers. I'm looking at Jalen Hurts last year didn't have as skilled a wide receiving core as he's about to have this year, and he still put up fantasy points.
I'd rather have Mike Evans. I'd rather have Godwin.
Wait, we're talking about quarterbacks, weren't we?
What's that?
Weren't we talking about the quarterbacks though?
Yeah, but you got to look at who's going to catch the ball. I mean, you got guys. You got guys
argument
who are studs. Gronk. I'd rather they brought in Giovanni Bernard, so they'll probably little dump off passes this year with Bernard.
So I'm just gonna say that here they have Hurts as 75 overall.
Okay.
And they have Tom Brady at 151. So I'm just saying.
Let's do this. Let's make it interesting. How about you and I gamble our first rounders next year on Brady or Hurts, who finishes higher?
I would, but I already traded away my first rounder next year. So.
So did I.
It's gone. It's gone.
Fair enough.
Let's see. Let's see.
Left, right?
Let's say week 14 on. Let's see. We'll give him 16, 23, 30, 31. And let's see. Jalen Hurts just stepping in. Threw him in at the end of the season. Let's see how he did. So 19, 35, 19, 18. I mean,
This sounds like a poll to me. I'd like to see get a poll on this one.
Wait,
I would too.
on a day-to-day basis, Jalen Hurts is probably going to score more points on a day-to-day basis, which is probably true.
I don't
But
think
Tom
so.
Brady, when you're looking later in the year, if you're looking at like I said, a playoff spot, if you're looking at probably winning the whole thing, Tom Brady all day before Jalen Hurts, no doubt about it.
Well, I think you're getting more consistency out of Tom Brady. It's a safe play. You're looking at 20 to 25 points a week, no doubt, or maybe closer to 25 points a week, in and out. And then with with Hurts, you're getting a little bit more boom bust type to play, So
Very, very true. But if you look, I mean, like I said, if you look at the difference between consistency, and I commented this on the podcast or on the stream earlier, consistency is key. I mean, you're looking down the road. I mean, obviously you want to win ball games right off the bat, and you want to be as consistent as possible. When it comes to consistency, who do you pick?
No, but we're talking about fantasy. We're talking about fantasy, and so there are a number of things you have to take into consideration. And so one of the other things that you have to really look at that I didn't mention is offensive line. Tampa Bay has a top 5 offensive line. The Eagles' offensive line is in shambles. Who's going to block for this guy? I mean, so I just think fantasy wise.
So you mean he has to scramble and run with the ball?
If he can get
Sign
through,
me up.
He's not a Lamar Jackson.
Oh, he's definitely not Lamar Jackson. But I also think this is the longest conversation anybody's had about Tom Brady or Jalen Hurts in months or ever.
Hey,
maybe.
it's good. Let's see. And no, James, we're not going to do that kind of bet where loser steals a player from your team. No.
Seriously.
No, thanks.
Actually, me and Tony used to run a league like that, where the loser got to pick a player for the other.
Right.
Remember that?
Right, yeah, I used to pick a player. That's right. That's right. I remember that.
We call it the Pink Slips League. The winner got to pick a player from the other team, from the losing team's roster. You could protect like 2 or something, and then they could take whatever. It was wild.
So it looks like Sean's at work right now.
Yeah, Jason said he should have a break soon, though, so hopefully he can get on and pick real quick.
I'd say within an hour. I mean, I don't know. That's tough. He needs to take up smoking so he can get more breaks. That's what he should do.
If he can get a 10-minute break, he can pick, and then you can pick, I can pick, and then he can go again real fast.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can pull that off.
Yep. We're flying through this, guys. That's crazy.
I'd like to have his pick here.
If Jason could take, or who is it that's working?
Sean,
It's
you got it on the clock
son.
now.
So yeah, tell him to take some PTO.
Yeah. I need you to just take an hour off work and come draft with us.
Time to take your lunch, buddy. Yeah, I'm just looking through here. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm looking through these quarterbacks just trying to see because, just trying to compare him kind of like Tom Brady type stuff. Like Tom Brady's height, he had 2 games where he got 31 points. I'm just trying to see if other quarterbacks kind of peaked out at the same. I don't know why I'm still on that. I'm just curious because I've never really considered Tom Brady as a starting fantasy quarterback. I would want him in real life all day. But I'm just kind of seeing like he can get as little as 8.5 points, but as high as almost 32 points. I mean, he's just like every other quarterback.
Corey, you've got to, like, when you think about this stuff, though, you have to be thinking about more than just looking at his stats from last year. And so, I talked about who his receivers are. I talked about his offensive line. And another thing for you to think about is it was his first year in Tampa Bay. Dealing with COVID and a shortened off season. And he'll have a full off season, a second year in that offense. I think he does better this year than last.
Yeah, you're probably right. And honestly, I mean, he's finished the number 7 quarterback, number 7 overall player. I mean, it's not like he was bad. I actually feel like he definitely becomes more relevant in Tampa Bay than he did when he was in New England. And maybe I'm just tainted by that, but because you're probably right, because of his wide receiving options, I mean, and he doesn't have many running backs, like good running. Let's just say it. Their running game's just not too great, So
just remove the probably from that sentence, and we're good.
Tom Brady.
Probably.
Probably.
Tom-
Just say you're
No,
right.
everything in fantasy football is probably
That's true.
everything, because it's all a guess. Every decision is a bet and a gamble. That's all fantasy football is.
That's true.
And if it's a money league, even more so, right? So,
Tom
yeah.
Brady has a way of making mediocre players look really great. And I think that's where he stands out, is he makes a team that probably doesn't have a lot to offer do really well.
Like Julian Edelman.
Like Julian Edelman.
Who needs to end up down in Tampa Bay? I'm just saying, unretire, end up in Tampa Bay. Come on, make it happen.
Mhm.
Make everyone happy. Come on.
The weird thing about Brady leaving New England is you got guys like Sony Michel and Rex Burkhead up there. Sony Michel, as a Sooner fan, you remember when Georgia played OU in the bowl?
Why would you even bring it up? God.
I know, man. I know. It still hurts my heart. Sony Michel just absolutely blew OU up a couple years ago. I mean, you're talking a bowl game where he had like 3 or 4 touchdowns, 340 some odd rushing yards. But then you send him up to New England and you think he does really well. And then you got guys like Cam Newton that comes in there that's a scramble quarterback and just totally ruins the entire offense by being who he is. So.
Totally.
It's pretty fitting that Corey threw Cam Newton on the screen for that, actually.
Right?
Oh, that was great.
Love it. Man.
Come on, Sean,
get
take a
off
smoke
work.
break, kid.
No kidding. Take up the bad habit. Bring it on, kid.
At least pretend until the draft's over, yeah.
I'm gonna look at some rosters overall. I know we're kind of early in this, but let's see real quick.
I'm trying to trade for another pick. Ain't nobody trying to trade no picks.
Everyone's at work right now. Everyone needs to take a smoke break at the same time here. Let's see. We got I got Henry, Eckler, Ridley, and Kelsey. Hey, I'm okay with that. The problem is I like my roster, but everyone's got a pretty good roster right now.
Yeah,
Right,
everybody's
'cause-
pretty good right now.
That's just kind of where we're at. Kyle's got McCaffrey, Metcalf, Kittle. I mean, who's complaining about that? Jeez.
I'm not, but do you
Omaha.
want to trade 3.10?
I mean, I always listen to offers. I'm just saying. So, do I want to? I mean, I wasn't looking to. I have some people in mind, but if you, it's whatevs. It's whatever you think, man.
I'll send something over. Screw it.
Come on with it. Come on with it. Send me something. Let's see. Dobbins, Elliott, Jones. That's a good trio of running backs right there. Let's see what Sandman's got. Murray, Chubb, Hill. Don't hate that. I love Kyler Murray, man.
Yeah, Kyler Murray's a stud, dude.
Okay, Jason, question for you. Or not Jason. Sorry, Tony. Wow. Fuck. I got to quit reading everyone's names and trying to... Dude, I couldn't get Omaha and Shane correct earlier because I was reading everyone's names and conversations and stuff. That's the worst thing about this is trying to keep everything straight. Anyways, Tony, question for you.
Sure.
Kyler Murray and Patrick Mahomes. Is there really that big of a difference between them? And fantasy wise, I mean?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think
Even throw Josh Allen in there. Is there much of a separation on production there that makes Mahomes keep going number one, maybe even number two overall?
I know that you'll in all of the rankings you'll always find Mahomes as a number 1 ranked QB in redraft or dynasty, but I think you're splitting hairs between those types of guys. Mahomes, Murray, Allen.
Sorry, guys. Hold on. Got to shut the dog up.
You've got to be happy if you have either one of those 3 guys. What's interesting too is they all give you kind of what you're talking about with Hurts. They all give you running yards too. Josh Allen had some rushing TDs. You get a little bit of that with Mahomes. Murray probably more so. So that's a great question. I don't know that there's that big a separation between them personally.
Yeah. I tend to agree. Me and Kyle were having that conversation the other day because I was kind of thinking the same thing. I keep seeing Mahomes go so early, and people are kind of obsessing over getting him. And actually, all 3 of the drafts we've been in so far, and I was just like, why? There's not that big. I mean, I can understand loving the guy. Like I like him just as a person. I love watching him play. He's great. But when it comes to fantasy, like, is the production that different? I don't know. I don't know that he.
Here's something too, and this is not in any way a knock on Mahomes. The guy's a super stud, but I'm
Right.
really interested to see what happens with his value in a dynasty league when Kelsey retires, because Kelsey really has been a major outlet for him. That guy is just a freak, and he's always with 30. He's going 31, right? 32. So he has another 2 or 3 years. So unless they find another guy like him to replace him, I'd be interested to see what happens, because Kelsey really, kind of was saying about Waller, I really feel like the offense goes through Kelsey. He's the one that opens up for Hill and their running game and everything else. And they also have to figure out their offensive line. You saw that exploited in the Super Bowl. But I think there are, you can make an argument for either one of those guys. Either, I'm hard with the Mahomes, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, actually. Let's see. So it looks like we're all kind of on the same page there, Kyle. I don't know how much of that you heard, but
I could hear it. I had to go deal with the dog, but I could still hear it. Yeah.
Corey, you're on the block. You're on the clock.
TikTok. This is me looking at my draft board right now.
I did send you an offer. I don't know if you saw it or not.
I did. I think I would like to hear some other offers if anyone else is wanting
can counter
this.
also.
I know. I'm just inviting people to send me offers while I look at things.
No, that's crap. Let's get a move on here.
Because I am evaluating my situation.
Ava, come here.
Where do you guys see you said the Mahomes, Murray, and Josh Allen deal? Where you have Mahomes, who is not only an in the pocket but an out of the pocket quarterback as well, but has plenty of options to go downfield, as to where Kyler Murray is an out of the pocket quarterback, but he doesn't have a lot of options as well as Josh Allen, other than, like I said, once again, Stephon Diggs. How does that change the game?
I think that changes this year. I think wide receiving options are a little bit different. I mean, they brought in Emmanuel Sanders. I think that helps a little bit with that right receiving core. I mean, they've got now with Cole Beasley, that's 3 pretty solid options there. His tight end option isn't quite as solid, so that's
His
one less option.
Sucks, unfortunately.
Yeah, and then there with Kyler, I mean, they brought in their newbie. Who'd they bring in there? Their rookie.
They brought in AJ Green.
Yeah, they brought in AJ Green, but Rondell Moore is who I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
they have Rondell Moore, but I think one of the guys on Arizona that's really overlooked, he kind of had a little bit of an explosion on the scene last year, is Christian Kirk.
Yes.
So he does have, of course,
downfield.
So you've got DeAndre Hopkins, so you do have some options there.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Well, I mean, when you even look at like Patrick Mahomes, I mean, he doesn't even have a solid number 2 wide receiver. Like, everyone's like, who's their number 2 wide receiver? Everyone's kind of guessing it might be, Robinson this year, maybe something like that. Like, no one really knows who their number 2 wide receiver is. So, I mean, everyone's kind of limited to 2-3 receiving options.
Arizona's number 2 receiver.
Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, Mahomes. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, easily Tyreek Hill and Kelsey, but then beyond that, like, who are his receiving options? I mean, I think you throw in CEH in there before. So their number 2 wide receiver is going to be their 4th receiving option. And that's either like it's been Robinson and Hardman kind of switching around, but now you've got Powell to maybe throw in the mix. So no one even knows who the number 2 wide receiver that would be their number 4 receiving option is going to be. Mm-hmm. So it's not much different. I think of all those, I think Josh Allen has probably the most like secure wide receiving core as tight end option again, and then running option not so good. So yeah, I mean, they're all kind of in the same boat where they're missing pieces. None of them have a complete just package. I think again, going back to Tom Brady, he's got the most complete package around him. He's got 3 good wide receivers and serviceable. Like he's actually got 2 serviceable tight ends when OJ Howard is healthy. So he's got Gronk and OJ Howard. Like he's kind of got the full package.
Yeah.
And his running backs, like it sucks for fantasy, his running back situation, but in real life, I mean, Jones, Fournette, Giovanni Bernard now, and I guess Vaughn's pretty good. I don't know anything about Vaughn, but the coaches seem pretty high on it. So it sounds like he's got 4 very serviceable running backs. Doesn't help us at all in fantasy because they just rotate. But yeah, so he's got a pretty set there overall.
Yeah, don't forget Antonio Brown.
Yeah, and see, he's got 3 very solid wide receivers, 2 tight ends.
I already forgot about him.
Oh, that'll trigger him. You forgot about Antonio Brown?
I did.
Man, hopefully he doesn't hear that.
It's going to set him off. He's going to go haywire again.
Man. Yeah, do not let him hear that. Yeah,
But
if anyone's...
here's a question for you, though, just kind of on the quarterback topic. You know, you guys have got some young up-and-comers.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, your audio's on a delay, so I'm throwing me off. But yeah, I'm also interested to see kind of what happens with the new crop of rookies coming in this year. But you know, you've got some options out there, QB.
Yeah.
You know, you guys still got. Remember, we already been talking about Russell Wilson and you know, Aaron Rodgers, depending on where he winds up here in the offseason. Looks like he's probably going to wind up back in Green Bay, but it is a little bit of a gamble.
Yeah.
So, you know, Lamar Jackson, I mean, guys, 2 years removed from the MVP. You know, you also got Dak Prescott's under the radar because he's coming off an injury, but he's another young stud. So,
yep. There's a lot of options at quarterback.
Yeah, I agree.
Almost too many. There's almost too many available there. Sorry, Kyle. I am still evaluating your trade and kind of looking to see if there's something else. But
I just sent you a message in the chat. Andy Reid's still stuck on my screen. I don't know.
God dang, man.
I don't know if it's because your internet connectivity or what. Oh, it just went away.
Probably. There we go. I clicked it back on and clicked it back off, and it went away. Cool.
Okay, good.
Yeah, that's just glitchy. I've already contacted the streamers about that, and so I'll let them know it happened again. And yeah, there's some broken files in here and stuff. They're messing with stuff, and it's messing with stuff. They're building it out even better. They're trying to make it better, but as they
just remember, we wanted to try and blow through these 2 picks so we can get his other pick in before he went back to work.
Oh, that's true. Dang, I've been screwing around on this. Okay, I think I actually know who I want to take here, Kyle. Sorry, man.
No, you're
but
good.
I don't think. I think if I don't take him, I think he's going to be gone.
If it's who I want, I'm going to punch you through the screen. Okay, Sean just lit up green. He's back in the draft room, so let's get it.
It's not who you want, so don't worry about that.
If it's who I texted you about, that's not who I want.
I don't know who you texted me about, so I'm actually taking Najee Harris here. That's going at rookie.
Yep, it's not who I wanted.
Workhorse back, very talented, also receiving. I've also wanted him in other drafts, but he's going like immediately. I knew Kyle wanted Akers, and it was between Harris and Akers right there for me. But I think I just haven't been able to get Harris because he's been going first round or very first of the second round in my other Dynasty drafts. So he's not. Like looking at my roster here, I've already got Henry and Eckler. And so Najee Harris is my number 3 running back. And I feel like I can take that gamble in a dynasty league when he's my number 3 running back. You know, if I was picking him up at my number 1, maybe even number 2 running back, I would be more nervous about it. He's my number 3 running back right now. I'll take that.
Yeah, and I was trying to get an extra pick in that 3rd round because I actually wanted McLaurin and Akers. But that didn't work out, obviously.
Yeah,
I'm glad I got one of them. Akers at 4.1 is ridiculous.
I missed. Oh, okay. Man, we did move through that quick. Dang.
Well, we did. He can go back to work now after his break. And we're Swift and Mike Thomas. We're moving right along here.
There you go. Derek Carr's there for the taking.
Gentlemen, it is my pick real quick. I'm going to hop off here real quick, make a pick because I'm driving down the road, and I will get right back with you.
Bro, be safe. Be safe.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll see you soon. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I've made picks driving down the road before. Kids don't do that, kids. It's not safe. Man, I am having some technical difficulties though. Like I'm still lagging. My video is way behind. I'm glad you can at least hear my audio in real time. Otherwise, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah, we can hear you. It's like every now and then it'll pause, and then you'll catch up real fast. It looks like I guess us three are old enough to remember VCRs when you had to fast forward.
Totally.
That's what it looks like for a few seconds.
I'm gonna catch up on some chats over here because James has been saying some things. He says Kelsey and Mahomes will be valuable for 4 more seasons. I tend to agree with that. I would say 3 kind of guaranteed, 4 maybe a little pushing it, but probably fine.
3 for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
There went
And
Edwards-Helaire. Holy hell. I was wondering how long it would take
yeah.
for somebody to take
it. So it was between Akers, Harris, and Helaire for me, Edwards-Helaire. So if I could have traded up into this 4th round with another pick, I would have, that would have went differently probably. But
now we got Mr. Dominguez on the clock here. I think he's on the phone with Oracle again.
I think he's trying to get tips. But if he can hear us, he should just know that like I would be interested in trading up into the spot. But of course, am I though? I don't know that I am actually.
I wanted another one in here, but if it goes like I think it might, I might be able to get one of the guys left that I wanted.
Well, that's also what I'm thinking. Like, I feel like I don't necessarily have to get people that I want. I feel like I can almost wait.
I definitely would love to get more like another 5th rounder though, maybe. Like
there's just
5th.
So many people here that I want. It's kind of ridiculous.
I know, it's nuts. And nobody's even touched defense yet, so
yeah, that's a scary thought, actually, when you kind of think about it. Man, yeah, we haven't even touched defense. Ouch. This has a whole nother level to it.
Dude,
for sure.
IDP's tough because you never know, like, how early is too early to take defense?
Let's see. We'll get Tanner back on here really quick. Dude, I like that pick. I like the pick.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, could not let him slide down there that far. I mean, is he the number 1 option at Kansas City? No, but man, he's a solid player. I just couldn't pass him up. I couldn't pass him up.
I mean, I think this year, I think he disappointed last year. That's why he slides this far now. But I don't think he disappoints this year again. I think that's stupid good value you just got right there.
Well,
stupid's a good word for it.
Yeah, I don't think he should have dropped that far, but man, yeah, that's good. I like it.
I had other picks on the table that I was choosing from, and I thought, man, he's still out there. Like I said, you can't pass him up. I mean, I could have went a different route and, possibly win a quarterback or something like that, but he's out there. I'll grab him. Why not?
Totally.
Let's take a
Hey, you might as well. You might as well. Yeah, I think that's a good pick, man. I'm not I have nothing negative to say about that at all.
So
trying to look and see what all I got left out here, man. Holy cow.
I know.
I'm going to get bare on picks here pretty soon. I feel like I have about 2 more going and then I sit for a while.
But I agree with the quarterback situation that was discussed earlier. The quarterback depth is so deep that you can wait 5, 6, 7 rounds and still pick up a quality quarterback to carry your league, even as a starter, and still go another 5 or 6 after that to pick up a backup as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think, man. Yeah, there's some depth there. Just like at wide receiver, I feel like there's a lot of depth at, I mean, there's a little bit more depth at running back now because there's so many running back by committee. I mean, there's pretty much 2 running backs. You have your couple starting like workhorses, and then beyond that, it just kind of becomes 2 running backs per team. But wide receivers are really deep, and quarterbacks are really deep. So
Yeah. And Kyle, my offer still stands. You know, we talked about this earlier. I'd buy you a steak dinner if you drafted a kicker right now. I mean, I would just die laughing.
And
I want to drive him to Amarillo. He's like, cool. If it's going to be a steak, we're going to Amarillo.
Hey,
I told him though. I said, if I take a kicker this early, nobody's gonna watch our damn channel ever again.
Disagree. They would like to watch to see how you recover from that.
And I would too, and you know I would.
Oh man,
shoot!
That would be interesting. Just join a random league sometime.
Take a kicker the first round
and just see how it goes. That's actually not a bad idea. Someone's going to be like, oh, this guy joined our league, but making a money league so they don't care that you do it. They're just like, oh, cool, easy win, you know? That way they're not as mad when you do it.
Well, like I said, there's a steak dinner on the table here, so we're waiting.
How long is that offer on the table for, though? What's the cutoff round for that?
Only through the 2021 season. That's it, buddy.
You mean no? He means in this draft. Or you mean in this draft, Kyle?
Yeah.
Pick 5-1. No, 6. Make it 6-10.
Vodka right now.
Can't do it, man. I can't do it.
That's funny. No, not in this league. I feel like we should almost join a random league just to do that. That'd be an interesting challenge.
Just draft backwards, go kicker, defense. You know,
do it to where like we'll do it as a fundraiser, Kyle. We should do it for Bella this year and just say like if we can raise enough money to buy into a league plus make a donation to Bella Foundation, then we'll do it. You know, so the fans buy the buy-in and then we can make a donation. That'd be fun. Something like that. I don't know. Or like a match. Like if you guys like maybe do like it's $100 to get into the league. So we'll match it. If people donate $100 to Bella, we'll do the $100 to get into the league or something like that and draft a kicker first. Something like that. We'll come up with some fundraisers for Bella.
That would be fun.
Yeah, something like that.
That'd be fun to do. Like for fundraisers and stuff. That'd be pretty smart. I think.
Something to raise money for Bella. That'd be cool. And then if we win, we get our $100 back and then donate the winnings over to Bella or something too. So, or we can do it for another charity or something like that too.
Mm-hmm.
But
we'll figure something out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It's fun. That'll be fun. I've got a couple ideas for fundraising for Bella that I'll run by offline here at some point. And I think we will end up setting up a like a GoFundMe or something to collect all the money kind of in one spot so people can see the goal.
I think that'd be smart.
And then we can we'll be able to track that better, see how our fan base is doing and everything instead of just individual donations over to Bella.
Mm-hmm.
But then, I mean, it also holds us kind of accountable because everyone can see how much money has been given by the fans. So then we'll be able to show the receipt at the end of how big the donation was. So I just want some sort of accountability there so people know that all their money is going to the cause. So anyways, that's some discussion we'll have offline, but I just
plan definitely sounds like a plan.
I like that. Yeah. I like everyone being able to see the common goal and everyone can kind of come together and work toward that goal. I think that'll encourage people to donate to them a lot more. I was thinking about this a lot earlier just because we were kind of over by Bella when we were running some errands and we were looking at old pictures of our pup and everything, and it was getting me motivated on ways to raise money for him. So yeah, it was cool. But all right, Tony taking his time.
I lost your audio there, Corey. Oh, he had to refresh, I guess.
Nah, I didn't refresh.
So Tanner, does your wife kick you out to the car when you get on there, or what? What's going on?
I was going to pick my daughter up from work. We're in the middle of a draft. I'm trying to go live here. We're trying to get things figured out. She's inside cleaning the house, and like I told you before, we're playing, anywhere from year to year, 5 to 6 fantasy leagues, and that's the last thing she wants to hear is us making picks and talking fantasy topics and this and that. So,
yeah.
I was booted out to the pickup truck, which is fine. This is kind of Grand Central Station for fantasy football, but we're living with it. It's okay.
Something is not. Okay.
I have lost audio on you guys completely.
No, sorry, I was sending a text. Tony's making a pick, so he's talking to his buddy that's, I guess, helping him run the team or something. And Corey got disconnected. I don't know what happened with that, but he should be back in a minute. He has been having internet issues, so
yeah.
My sleeper thing is glitching a little bit. I had like 4 trades pop up, and now they're all gone. And I don't know what's going on there.
I know.
He only had back the first 4 or 5 games. How was he with back?
Okay, we're back. We're back.
Dang, man, it kicked everything off.
I know, because Tanner started talking and then everything went away. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I lost connection to everything. My internet just like shut down on me. I lost our stream on Instagram. I lost everything, man. So
no, like I was saying though, when I was invited to play in this league, I thought, man, this is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna get to, reconnect with some old friends and this and that. And we started the league this morning, and I was more planning on tomorrow night, but everybody started drafting, and then before I even made my first pick, there's 15 trades on the block out there, and I'm going, man, I haven't even made my first pick yet. Like, give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes is all I needed, then we'll start doing some talking. It got crazy in a hurry.
Oh yeah, man, I love it.
that makes me happy to hear.
Tony's doing his homework over here.
Yeah, man. Not that he's overanalyzing anything, but he might be overanalyzing this a
He
little
might be
bit.
overanalyzing something. I'm still trying to trade for me another pick here.
I don't blame you.
Because why not, right?
You might as freaking well.
Hey, I had to reject a couple just because I couldn't keep up. I mean, it was going so fast that I was like, I can't even look at this right now.
Just reject.
Yeah.
Rejection hurts, Tanner. Rejection hurts, man.
I was wondering why you passed on both of those future first rounders that easy. And I was like, man, that was.
Oh man.
I'm just kidding. That wasn't a real offer. I was just.
He was swiping left all morning.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah. For a minute, I thought I was on the Tinder of fantasy football. I thought, man, I can't keep up with it. So
That's
You're
hilarious.
getting unsolicited picks.
Oh my God. Something about that I really loved, Kyle. I really appreciated that.
I knew if anybody appreciated that, it would be you.
How could I not? How could I not?
All right.
Man, I just don't think I'm gonna be able to do what I want.
I'm trying to get a pick while Tony's figuring his pick out, but it's not going well. One's not responding, and one, James, is out of his mind. So it's not going well.
Oh man,
The problem is there's I might be able to get a second, one extra pick in here, but there's 3 guys I want to grab. So it's kind of unfortunate that I just not going to be able to do it, man.
Shane liked your pick. I liked it too. I thought that was good. I can appreciate that.
Where'd you see Shane at?
He's over in the chat of the league there. Not. I think it's because he's watching on his TV or something. He's not chatting there. Is
mine not updating? Mine must not be updating.
I don't know.
I saw where James put his pick on the block 5 minutes ago, but I didn't see that update.
He just now put it.
The chat might be lagging on me.
Maybe.
It did that to me early too. So, see, now it's there. I refreshed.
Man, this is cool. See, Tony was worried about being on too long. I told him that this might last a little while. If this got rolling, we got chatting, and then, yeah, this is looking back at this chat now. James and you're gone. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, dude, everything just shut down. It sucks because when that happens, we lose our Instagram video on there, which really sucks. We had some chats, we had a lot of views, and so we just lose all that and we can't repost it now for people to see. So sad day. I'm not even gonna, well, I might start that back up.
Jason is MIA on me. But honestly, he probably needs to just pick somebody at this point. He's only had 2 picks, yeah?
Probably.
Yeah, he probably just needs to pick someone. It's just too bad because I sent him a good offer.
Let's see.
I'm going to send James one now.
I don't even know if I'm going to go live there, man. I did, but... There we go. Got a lot of things going on, man. Trying to draft, trying to trade, trying to produce a show, trying to keep my internet afloat.
Your internet's been struggling. Mine's usually the one that struggles, but yours has been struggling the last week.
Dude, I pay way too much money for this, and my modem is just right across the hallway. I'm as close to this thing as I could possibly be. I'm thinking about running some cable up through the ceiling and over to this room so that this doesn't happen. I can just plug it straight in. That'd be nice. James says Tony looks mad stressed. He does kind of look stressed. He's thinking when he's putting his glasses on and scratching his head, he's working this hard, man.
It's getting serious.
Oh yeah,
man. Yeah,
getting down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah, he's.
I didn't think we were to the nitty gritty part just yet, but
I mean, the only reason I don't think he is because he has all his picks coming up. I mean, he's picking every 10 picks, just solid there, So, and he's got all his picks left for a while, even going down. He's got an extra 7th rounder even. So I don't know. If I'm him, I'm not stressing too hard right there. There's so many players, good players on the board still, that I'm not feeling the pressure on this one too much. But the only thing I'm stressing about is too many options and just not taking the right one, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, there you go. Gibson. Okay, that's a... Let's tell him how bad that pick was. I'm just kidding.
All right, I'm back.
All that time for Gibson? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But
I kind of had a feeling that's who you were eyeballing. Just shot in the dark was all it was. But
yeah, I wasn't planning on getting Gibson, but I kind of went off my strategy here. It's just I didn't expect
zero running back. Is that your
many
strategy?
running
Is
was that?
zero running back? Is that your strategy here?
No, it wasn't my strategy. What I did
Just
not
kidding.
expect, though, was to see such a strong run on running backs. You know, I thought there were going to still be some guys up there that aren't there. So I'm concerned that if I don't grab Gibson, I'm going to wind up with some guys that I don't want as in my starting spot.
Yeah, because they're starting to get thin all of a sudden.
Yeah, so
they were really deep, and now they're thin all of a sudden.
I feel like if I didn't get him there, then I might be looking at slim pickings when it comes back. So, and that kind of opens up my options now, where I'm not stuck at 5 having to take a running back that I don't want to take at 5.
I agree with that.
I wonder if I would have taken Eckler there, if Pitts would have been on the swing back, or if he would have been gone.
That's hard to say. That's really hard to say. Okay, another young wide receiver there.
So he's going Barkley, receiver. Looks good to me.
Yeah, it's looking really nice there. Unless Barkley gets hurt. But, I mean, there's still so much running back.
Even if he does.
There's a serviceable running back at his 5'5". You know, like, it's fine.
Are you talking about me?
No, I'm talking about Corey 2K. Corey Brown.
Gotcha.
He's going to be able to get, because we were talking about he's got one running back there, and I kind of joke like, yeah, it looks nice until Barkley gets hurt, and then I was like, no, not really, because he'll get a serviceable running back at 5'5". Will still be available if he wants it. He's not in that tight of a spot. Being a 10-team league, and then some of these picks being a little surprising, you know, I mean, it's so deep, man. This is a deep draft so far.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's still getting good, really good players.
Well, I think at this point as well, too, your hot shots, your big names are all gone. At this time, the way I feel is you're starting to solidify your team a little bit and put, like I said, once again, consistency and numbers into your draft. And you just got to go with guys that you know will produce.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny, my video is lagging so much that you were talking, but I was moving almost like you were dubbing over me. That was kind of funny for some reason. I don't know if y'all got that same view, but I definitely had that look, and it was funny watching my mouth move and me move around with you talking. That was funny.
It was definitely an old Godzilla movie going.
That's right. 1940s. Yes.
It's weird because once it catches up, my video and audio are together, and then it just like stops, and then it catches all up at one time, like in fast forward, and it's really strange.
That's what I was talking about earlier with the VCRs. Like, we're old enough to actually remember them, but it looks like, yeah, you're just fast forwarding. Be kind, rewind.
Exactly.
I remember 8-track, Kyle.
Yeah, I do too. My dad had one when I was a kid.
And Laserdisc. Yes. That show your age.
Yeah, we're all the old farts in this league, I guess. And Jason, who's not on here, but
well, Shane,
we're kind of the geriatric 5. What?
Not really. I mean,
that's true. Shane's older.
Gary Bear's older than me. Sean's the only.
I guess Sean's the only one that's not old at this point.
Yeah, Well, Omaha. How old is James? I don't know how old James
I don't know.
is.
How old are you, James? He's young. He's in his 20s. He's 20.
Yeah, I was gonna
I want to
say
say
he
like
seems-
25 or something. I think he's pretty young. I could be way off, but
Does James take a fourth running back on his turn? I think probably so. I think.
Is James up now?
No, he's next. Right now we've got Shane going.
And then James got it. Okay, James is Omaha. Got it now. I got it
Yep.
straight. Yeah, James.
Man,
I'm not
I am
mad.
not good.
James said I look mad stressed. I was only
Yeah.
when I pick.
You did look a little stressed.
It's funny. He's doing. You look like everybody in the war room on NFL draft day. Like, got your glasses, your 80 sheets of paper. You're looking all over the place.
Paul picked. Okay.
Shane said he's 25, fools.
You know, it's funny because
Shane looks 25, but that's only because we know black people age very well.
Yeah, he ages well. He's
He looks like
yeah,
a young
for sure.
man.
I'm really
Yeah.
surprised to see that Joe Mixon going out there right now. That really shocked me.
Will you shut the hell up? Just kidding. Oh, you said he went. Sorry, I was on the
God
wrong
darn
screen.
it.
You said he went. I thought you was talking about him still being there. I was like, shut up.
I'm guessing that's who you were aiming for.
Move him
Dang.
from the street. I've been trying to get a draft pick for the last 5 picks so I could take Mixon.
Is CD Lamb still out there? Is CD Lamb still-
McGurk. Who?
Yeah, CD Lamb is gone.
Yeah, Lamb's gone. He went. God, he went early. Where did he go?
Oh, he took a
3.5.
wide receiver. James took a wide receiver here.
Robinson.
Allen Robinson. I like that pick.
It's not a bad pick. Not a bad pick at all.
Just kind of looking down through here. It's funny, these ADPs on Sleeper have all these quarterbacks that everyone's kind of just skipping through. They have them really high. So it's interesting. We had those Mahomes and Murray kind of went early and then no more quarterbacks. So we didn't get a quarterback run there. So everyone's kind of on the same page, it looks like there.
That just goes along with the depth that we talked about. I mean, the depth is so thick and so deep that, I mean, why grab one early? And I'm not saying it's a bad pick by no means, but you can wait down the line and still pick up a solid quarterback at 6, 7.
Oh, I lost him.
Lost him there, yep. It took me a second to realize if it was me or him.
Yeah, he pulled a Corey.
He said, it sounded to me like he said, wait later, pick up a solid quarterback like Tom Brady, is what it sounded like he said.
That's what it sounded like to me. Or jump on it early and take one like Jalen Hurts.
Tom Brady, buddy. Tom Brady, 2020.
That's funny. I like it. All right. Let's see. Derry Berry. Oh, did a trade just go through? Is that what I saw just happen?
That's what I caught.
Oh, looks like Kyle got his trade finally.
As soon as Derryberry picks. Oh, he's online too, so.
Oh, Kyle, you got a little back-to-back there, did you?
I did. Finally.
Good for you. Too bad Joe Mixon's already gone, huh?
That's okay. There were 3 guys that I wanted, and it kind of worked out.
Amari Cooper's still out there, buddy.
I'm gonna drop kick you right through the screen.
Jerry's boys.
Let's see.
This is my Dealing Dozier league. That's so true, James. We'll be in your text messages every damn day for a deal.
We've been trying to get a deal with him in our both other drafts, and we couldn't get one. Now he's got a trade with both of us. Yeah, we're pretty happy about that, man. This is my Dealing Dozier league. Maybe it's easier to deal with us separately than. I think it's just the structure of the league too that helps. With so many active people, and then with it being 10 team and stuff like that, it opens up a lot of opportunity. All right, Kyle, take your 2.
Get your guy or your guys.
Yep, Mark Cooper saw that
There goes-
coming. Yep. Okay, I wasn't surprised by either one of those picks. Actually, that's funny. I kind of figured both of those guys were who you wanted.
It was between
Weird.
those two and Mixon. I wanted 2 of the 3, and when Mixon went, it made the decision easy.
That's so weird. I kind of knew that. That's. Boy, it looks like Omaha's about to run the next couple. Look at this. He's got.
Oh, dude, he's gonna own the next
6'4", 6'7", 6'9", 6'10", 7'1", 7'2", 7 or not 7'4". Tony's there. Yeah, it. Man, he's got a run there, man.
Oh, they went Mark Andrews.
Okay, boy, look at all these like Sooners.
Look how far we've gotten
Murray.
today. Look how
I
far
know.
we've gotten today.
Our other league should be ashamed of themselves.
Absolutely.
Look
How
at
do you
this,
guys-
man.
How do you guys think this plays out? Because in a lot of other leagues that I play, I mean, by this time the draft is done. We've went home to our families. You know, the beer has been thrown down the drain. But this league
Who does that?
between
Yeah, who
picks
does that?
that you can look at the numbers and things of that nature. How does that change how you pick? I mean, obviously it gives you more time to consider who you want, but at the same time it takes away the surprise of the pick prior to you.
Somewhat. For me, not so much, just because I always have a backup plan. I never am laser focused on one guy. I usually have about 3 to 4 guys in mind for my pick.
Same.
And I'm planning that far out. Like, I'm 5 picks out, and I'm planning what those picks can be, like how many people I want. That's like with our trade earlier for that 3-1. I counted the amount of running backs I wanted, and it met or exceeded the amount that I was dropping in the draft. So I was like, I know when it comes to my pick, I'll be down to like 1 or 2 people to choose from if all the guys I want are picked. So I'm planning that far ahead. I'm not waiting until my pick comes along to look at that, or like laser focusing on one player so that if it gets taken, then I'm just like, oh crap, I'm up a creek, without a plan. So that's not really how I do that.
Which is very true, Corey, but it also gives everybody else in the league a chance to plan accordingly as well.
Yeah, which is good. That's why, it's fun playing kind of both, and they're different strategy. So it's enjoyable to play those different strategies. With it being now we're in 3 Dynasty. We're in a 10 team, a 12 team, and a 16 team. And all 3 of our Dynasty drafts all have a different strategy. Picking from different locations within the draft, whether it be pick 1 or in here I'm pick 10. It's nice to kind of have all those different strategies, draft position, however many teams are there, if it's PPR, if it's half PPR. So, yeah, I mean, each one's going to have a different strategy.
Right.
Yeah. If that answered your question, I don't know.
Yeah. Yes. And like I said, when the draft first started, like I said, I thought we were going to draft tomorrow night. I'm like, okay, I've got time to prepare. And then it all of a sudden started. I'm like, holy crap, I got to get my shit together. But then the first pick comes, and I'm like, okay, first pick's out there. Great pick. And then I waited almost an hour for the second pick, and I'm like, okay, it's not going to be so bad. Like I still got time, but it just kind of threw me off there a little bit. So,
well,
You recovered.
I'm not starting the clock actually until tomorrow anyway, since that's what we had scheduled. So if you got on the clock and wanted to wait until 7 o'clock tomorrow night, that's when your 24 hours would have started.
Yeah, you would have had a long time. You would have had a long time.
That was your prerogative, honestly.
It also helped that Diggs fell right into your lap.
True.
Holy cow.
I'm more of a shoot from the hip type of guy anyway, so let's just throw it out there and see what happens.
Yeah.
We can tell you took Jacobs, so
I'm gonna go back over here when we were talking about both of us getting a trade now with James Kyle. He said, you both secretly like me and my offers, but together you don't. Like no one wanting to claim being with the easy girl.
hey, I'll claim being with the easy girl. I ain't got no shame. No shame in
That's
my
so
game.
Take it how you can get it, Kyle. Is that what I'm hearing?
Exactly. No shame in my game because I have no game.
There you go. His comment's not showing on screen for you anymore, is it?
No.
Okay, at this point, I just don't even know anymore, man. I'm just
Tony's
checking
already
in
in
with it.
research mode over there for his next pick.
Yeah, when he's got his glasses on, he's in research mode.
All of a sudden, he got real quiet, and his glasses went back on. So it's like, oh, he's over
got
there
that.
researching.
He's got that glow on his screen. He's in evil scientist mode over there. I like it.
All right.
I like it.
Who's on the clock? Bolts is back up.
Bolts is back up. I love seeing all these green dots on here, man. Everyone's just hanging out in the draft room. This is, I mean, with all the moves that are being done and stuff, this is moving at such a good pace. This is almost just like a live straight up draft. Jeez. Almost. I mean, when you compare this to the last couple of drafts we've done that have been drug out over a week, maybe 2 weeks, something like that.
Yeah. We would have got through
And this
like one round today, and those other ones, if that.
Yeah, now it'll slow down a lot during the work week, 100%. So it'll slow down big time once people start going to work and whatnot. But for now, I'm
today being a
enjoy it,
Sunday helped a lot, actually.
for sure. And then next weekend being Memorial Day weekend, I'm sure people are going to be busy, and Shane's going to be out on the lake in his big, nice boat that I didn't get an invite on. But, that's cool. It's, good for him. Just kidding.
For real, Shane, man, what's up with that?
Oh, I'm a big fan. Okay, whatever. Don't believe you now.
Oh, shoot.
Love it. Okay, Mike
I
Evans
guess
there.
if you see an unsubscribe, we know who it is now, don't we?
Right. Okay, Mike Evans there. I don't hate that pick. Not at all. It's going good. Let's see. I pick again in 2 picks. I'm just kind of out of firepower for...
Yeah, I'm running out of stuff to trade at the moment.
Yeah, I've pretty much traded away everything.
My next 2 rounds are gone for that last pick I made, so kind of sitting tight for about 20 guys or so here. 30 guys. It is what it is. I made my bed. I'll lay in it.
Shane's got a hot spot, so he's going to be drafted on the lake. I like it. That's commitment, fellas. Everyone take note of that. That is commitment, and I like it.
That's right. I ain't even mad he didn't invite us on his boat now. I appreciate
made up for
that.
it.
Yeah. Just when I think you can't possibly get any dumber, you go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself.
Oh gosh, that's great. All right.
Yeah, man. Do I really have to sit here for 35 more picks before I pick again? Is that right? 20? Yes, it is right. Holy crap.
And after my next pick, which
good thing I had a strong start, I guess.
After my next pick, we'll probably wrap up this stream here. I just didn't expect to get to this point, but then here we are.
Yeah, because we'll probably get stuck at Sean this time until he's off work.
Which is fine. That's fine.
You're picking at number. Okay, you got a couple more and you're up.
Yeah, we'll go through Corey Brown, then Tony, and then Corey's picking with Tanner's pick right there, and then we'll probably hop off. Well, Derryberry's still online. We might go ahead and check out his, and then.
Yeah, I think that's good. Shoot, I was gonna put my 5-7 on the trade block, but
hit me, dog.
I don't know how to do that.
Except I already said I don't have anything to trade, so I guess that would go over real well.
Kyle, Shane says open invite for the boat, man, like Shane's day. So if you want to go crisp that skin up Get you a nice sunburn. Invite is open.
You know how long it's been since I got a sunburn?
Oh man,
I do
get one
not
every
burn.
year.
I do not burn easily, but I also don't go shirtless very often. So
You don't have to go shirtless to get a sunburn, man. You get it on your neck. You get it on your ears or your arms. Well, I
that's
get
what I'm
them on
saying though.
my
Like
ears
if I
because they
went
stick out.
shirtless,
But
I'd get burned. But like my arms and like my neck and ears don't really burn. And I'm always wearing a ball cap, so my face never burns.
bro, do I have to be like? Am I stupid? How do I not know how to put something on the trade block?
I know how to put players on, not picks.
Oh, it should be the same. It's a good learning experience for people, you know. I mean, I'm on my team and I can see all my picks and everything, but I mean, maybe I think I can do it pretty easy on my phone, but since I'm streaming YouTube there, it's kind of hard for me to click over. Actually, I think I am going to exit that one just because whatever. Like we lost the good stream over there, so I'm just going to end that.
I have no idea how to do that.
Bro, yeah. Listen. He just realized he had 4 picks in a row. Get out of here. Like, yeah, you got 6'4", 6'7", 6'9", 6'10", 7'1", 7'2". Like, that's insane. That's 6 picks out of like 9. That's going to be incredible because there's still so much talent on the board there too. Yeah, you did well. I've seen that strategy work. I have seen that strategy work.
Well, it's not like he doesn't already have great players on his roster.
Right. So he's got some good players on his roster, and then he's going to get that run. That's going to be fantastic.
Not like Ruler in the other dynasty who traded everything down and didn't have crap by the time they got to her picks.
Right. Yeah, a little bit different. But when, I mean, Omaha's already got Dobbins, Elliott, Thomas, Robinson, and Aaron Jones, and he's about to just run off like 6 picks coming up here. I mean, gross. Omaha's going to be looking pretty, guys. And on top of that, hold on. On top of that, let's see how this little jerk is making out for next year. Come on, let's go to Omaha. Let's go down here to his 20. Let's go to his 2022 picks. First. 2023, first. Like, he's cleaning up picks for next year, too. I vote we kick Omaha out of the league. I don't like him. He's...
James who?
I don't know. Never heard of him. Bye. Yeah, I mean, good God. He's doing great.
Yeah, he's done a good job trading down. We took the opposite approach. We traded up. He traded down. We'll see. I
traded up. Yeah, I mean, honestly, when I look at his roster and where he's going to be, I mean, it's pretty nice, man. I don't know which one I prefer. You know, they're both such different strategies, but that could really work for him, at least, especially long term. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you think of that long term value, oof, it's pretty good. I mean, he's got 3 solid running backs and 2 super solid wide receivers. It's like he didn't really sacrifice much of anything. I mean, maybe a little bit out of tier 1. Everything's kind of tier 2, but tier 2 is pretty solid.
Yeah, I like it. He did well.
Yeah. Well done. Okay, now I just got to figure out how to put 5-7 on the block over here. I closed out Instagram so I can come over here and do this. Just because
I can't figure it out. I have no idea.
Mother trucker.
James, tell us how to put picks on the block.
Trade block.
You're the expert now, apparently.
No, I found it over here. I'm not having an issue on this.
What? Where?
I'm not having an issue on my phone.
Oh, on your phone?
Oh, on the phone, it's easy.
Oh.
Which pick am I trying to put on the 5-7, right? Yeah, 5-7. That's what I'm trying to put. Cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is easy on the phone.
It's easy on the phone. I can't figure it out on here at all, actually.
How far back you want to move that 5.7, Corey?
I don't know what you got, so
I don't have anything till 8.10.
Next.
Sorry, guys. I'm not much to our stream right now. I'm getting prepped for my pick.
I was going to say, yeah, you pick here in a minute, so it's all good. That's assuming Corey Brown picks here.
We're good at just blabbering and wasting time, so not a problem there. Dude, yeah, I cannot find the trade block right now. I'm sure it'll open up and be easy to find during season, but I cannot find it on the desktop version of this right now. It's sorry, you're getting my hand right there as I'm. Huh. That's really strange, man.
That is weird.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Oh well, you know.
Yeah, guess you just
got to
do it on your phone.
Yeah, it's super easy there. Cool. Well, Kyle, if you had more firepower, my man.
I know. I need to start finding people who want picks next year. I still got 2 through 4 next year.
Yeah.
And I got all my picks the year after that still.
I can happily find somebody.
That's the only shot I got at getting in these rounds, like the end of 5 or 6 here for sure. I'd get back into 7 with 8, 9, but 6 will be tough. Maybe 6, maybe the end of 6 with 8, 9, because that's a back-to-back.
When we're getting into, rounds 4, 5, and 6, and you guys are starting to think about quarterbacks and things of that nature, are you guys thinking more rookie or are you thinking more veteran?
Depends on who it is. Because you got like your Dax and Murray's and Mahomes, who are, I guess, technically veterans because they've been in the league for a couple years, but like I'd take them over every rookie.
Yeah, but then you take a look at like a Justin Herbert and where sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a little bit different,
Right.
Yeah. I wouldn't take Trevor Lawrence over any of those guys that me and Corey just mentioned, or even
Justin Fields,
or even Burrow. I would take him over Fields or Lane.
The only sophomore I would take that early, like 6, 7 round, 5, 6, 7. I mean, the only even sophomore I would take there is Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
And what makes you think that Lawrence won't be the real deal at Jacksonville?
He might be, but I'm not trusting him as my starter over any of those guys we just mentioned.
Yeah. Not yet.
Robert Griffin III that come out as a rookie and absolutely kill it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then turned around and career, people get hurt. I mean, it's just risky. It's all risky, but it's hard to pass over. It's hard to pass up known production for possible production.
Now, would I give Trevor Lawrence a shot over Deshaun Watson or Aaron Rodgers? Absolutely.
Because you're looking at quarterbacks that come. I mean, these guys didn't come from like San Diego State or South Dakota State. These guys come from production-winning colleges.
But that doesn't always matter. That doesn't always matter. Look at Ohio State quarterbacks. Like there's, there hasn't been much production there and stuff. Like it. I think when you look at, there's so many different things to take into account. Like, yes, you have age of something in account. Like Kyle said, would he take him over like an Aaron Rodgers, or I can't remember who else he said. Yeah, because of age, and then opportunity there kind of overrides the age and everything of Aaron Rodgers in a dynasty league, obviously.
Right.
And then you just kind of look at these, and it's just a lot of gut. I mean, there's not necessarily like, we're not doing this like a Kosh in our other leagues where we're like, well, these stats say this, and his opportunity, he was drafted in the second round, so that means his odds of being a starter and blah blah blah. Like, we're not doing any of that. It's just like on a gut feeling. I have a hard time taking like a Trevor Lawrence or Justin Fields, someone who's probably very valuable in a dynasty draft, over someone like Dak Prescott, or who's maybe even lower, even Herbert, Russell Wilson. Yeah, probably even a hard time over that.
Right.
There's a couple of these guys you trust that production, and they're young enough. I mean, because that also plays in the Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert. These guys are all pretty young, so you're not going to take a rookie over them.
Right. You're not sacrificing age there for, experience.
Right. Yeah. Now, Russell Wilson's a little bit older. He's what, like 32? I think he's 32. Like, so,
yeah.
So now that is kind of becomes a blurred line for me, is now, that is where it's like, well, he's still being really productive, but he's 32 as a mobile quarterback. I don't know. That's more of a tough call. Now, am I looking at a Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence over that? Possibly, very possibly. So
honestly, and I probably would, in a dynasty format, look at one of them over him, and then hope to pair him up with a later round veteran quarterback that could start maybe the year,
like a Aaron Rodgers or Matt Stafford, even a Matt Ryan, who's got so many, a Tom Brady, and a Derek Carr. I mean, yeah. So it's just there's so many factors that play into that. Oh, Corey Brown!
Yeah, green light for Corey Brown.
Whoop, whoop.
I can't believe we got this far in one day, honestly.
Oh, I can't either.
Killing it.
Ooh, that hurts.
Ooh.
I wondered how long he would last.
I thought a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Do I have discomfort on my face?
I was kind of expecting a bit of a quarterback run, if I'm being honest with you.
Because we've been talking about it.
We're getting kind of around there, but honestly, I'm waiting for the first defensive player to drop. Is what
Kyle, if that's what you're looking for, I'll give it to you right now in this round. I'll give it to you. Okay. If you're looking for a quarterback run, I'll be your Huckleberry, buddy.
You don't even have a pick in this round. What are you talking about?
Well, I'll come back on the next round then. We're not worried about it.
Nope.
You don't have a round either. You're like me. You're sitting through another 20 or so players.
Yeah, you don't pick again till 7-7, but then you have 7-7, 7-10, and 8-1. So you got a nice run there.
But I do appreciate the sentiment.
Absolutely. Oh, he's cutting in and out. I can't hear what he's saying. Tanner, we cannot hear you. We lost you.
Now?
Yeah.
There you go. Maybe. Yeah, okay, so let's see. James said it's easy on the phone. Yeah, he said it's easy on the phone. Good. Let's see. It's easy on the phone, I think. Okay. I think Lawrence will be great in real life, but Brady has not always been a super fantasy quarterback. Yep, says the same thing. So Trevor Lawrence, he thinks might be the same. I don't know. He has games, but not consistent enough for fantasy. Sure. I mean, like I said, it's a shot in the dark. We don't know how Trevor Lawrence is going to perform. I mean, he was a stud in college, but we don't know what that looks like in the pros. It doesn't always translate. I mean, there's so many small college quarterbacks or even just players in general that perform so well. And then you see what college they came from, and it's like, they came from where? I mean, Kyle, where did Tony Romo play college at?
Northern Illinois, I think.
Yes, I think you're correct.
I mean, there's a lot of players that come from small schools and just perform. I mean, Josh Allen came from Wyoming. Okay.
Yeah, right. I think that's he's good. Don't get me wrong, but that's at least partly the system, I think. But as long as he's quarterback in that system, he's going to be a beast for my team.
Oh, 100%. Josh Allen is a fantasy quarterback too.
I think the Mountain West has a really good opportunity to provide corn-fed white quarterbacks to the NFL as well.
You're
just
not wrong.
run you over, bull you over, and just take the ball and go.
And guys have arms on them and they can play the game and pick defenses apart. I mean, it's a weird thing about the Mountain West. I mean, you look at guys that come out of Ohio State, out of Oklahoma, out of Texas, SEC, ACC, Big 12 country. Those conferences have an opportunity to provide quarterbacks, but it's just something about like a Mountain West, Pac-10 or Pac-12, those guys, it's a whole nother level to the game over there.
Just a little, that running aspect changes, that rushing quarterback, that's where the league is headed. So it changes a little bit of everything. And that's kind of the game out there, it feels like.
Right. But if you look, 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, it was headed in that direction as well. When you guys have like Kaepernick and Cam Newton, the league changes every couple of years. It's really hard to predict who's going to come from where and what they're going to be able to produce. But when you get the opportunity to get guys like that, it's great. But when you don't, you have to start looking at pocket passers and this and that. And, like I said, ACC, Mountain West, conferences like that produce pocket passer style quarterbacks. So it's just all in what comes out of that conference and what comes out of that year.
I think Trevor Lawrence is interesting. I didn't actually watch Trevor Lawrence play a lot in college. I don't know how, but he has a pretty strong rushing aspect to him too. I know James over here says he could be like Josh Allen. Kind of thinking the same thing. Isn't he pretty strong? Like, he's a tough runner, right?
Yeah.
It seems like, I think seeing some of his highlights, it looks like he's a little bit harder to bring down, reaches that ball out. I mean, he gives all out effort, which if done right, I mean, you're not going to get hurt. But I feel like these rushing quarterbacks are getting a lot better at protecting themselves. That's something that Russell Wilson's always been able to do, is protect himself well. Kyler Murray, very good at protecting himself. So
Dak Prescott, not so much. He literally slid and snapped his leg in half.
Ooh,
that was so unfortunate. Broke my heart and his leg. Same time, same slide.
He's got Mark Sanchez slide, doesn't he?
That was the worst slide I've ever seen. I've seen him slide, and he's not bad at it, but that one was awful. That's the kind of crap I've always been afraid of, though, when they tell them to slide. I'm like, one of these days, something's going to happen, because a lot of them, they don't just go down. It's like they, jump into it. I'm like, man, someone's going to land on a knee one of these days or something and mess up, but that happened instead.
Well, you got guys like Deshaun Watson, Kaepernick in his day, Lamar Jackson, who just move the ball up and down the field so gracefully, and they make it look so easy. But then you got guys like Brady and Garoppolo, and even in his prime, Drew Brees, don't have to move the pocket so much, and it's hard to base in a fantasy league. It's hard to base your decision on one or the other, because your mobile quarterback can do so much for you, but your immobile quarterback can put the ball where it needs to be. And if you can pick up a quarterback receiver in that same situation, almost always tends to pan out. But the mobile quarterback just is so versatile in what he can do that it's almost hard to pass him up as well.
I agree.
Yeah, totally.
That versatile quarterback is that run threat. All right, let's see.
Doing doggo.
Hey, I'm just occupying window space here. I'm going to sign out, and I'm going to try and make this pick before you guys get tired of me.
You got it. We're going until Derryberry's 5-8. So
Okay. Give me
no
two.
worries, man.
I'll make it in two. Just a couple minutes. I'll make it.
Yeah, no rush, man.
Well, take your time,
Thanks,
dude.
guys.
You pick your favorite kicker. No rush.
Appreciate that. Sounds good.
See
How
you,
are we
man.
running this thing tonight? Are we on? I mean, are we still going to be picking for a while, or are you just signing off the
We're just gonna sign off the stream.
All right, cool deal. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Good to see you too,
You
man.
too, man. Talk to you later.
Yeah,
All right.
and appreciate it.
You too.
Cool. All right, it's us. Yeah, I don't know how YouTube, because like it's showing that our stream here is at 48 minutes, but we were at like an hour and a half earlier.
I'm showing 2.5 hours on mine.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so that means it's probably going good. My wife is probably wondering what the world is going on. I told her like, oh yeah, we're jumping on early, so we should be done early, kind of thing. No, we've been on here for 2.5 hours. I'm sure
She probably wishes you weren't a liar.
she's probably happy not have to put up with me. I don't know. She's getting to watch her own TV shows and whatnot. Maybe sleeping. Who knows? Kid's been sick, so she's probably super tired from all that. So,
Well, guys, like I said, I'm probably going to jump on the same boat, but I will say this. Like I said, once again, I appreciate what you guys do. It's an honor and a blessing to be able to sit here and talk to you guys and do this and be a part of this. I appreciate it so much. And thank you for the opportunity to be here and to be in this league and, show you what we're made of.
yeah, man, it's
Yeah,
it's
dude.
fun. We appreciate you too. You have no idea, man. And next time we have you on here, you'll be wearing some boom bust gear, I'm sure.
I hope so. I'm ready to I'm ready to support the cause, fellas, and always a pleasure and appreciate it, and thank you.
Well, you've earned free gear, so we got to hit you up for your order.
I got his
first.
order. I actually got
Perfect.
his order.
Sweet. So we got to place that order ASAP, and yeah, we'll get you back on when you have it.
Yes, and just a reminder that if just mine that I win this, I want that Medaler trophy hand delivered.
All right, you got a deal. I'll bring it up to Kansas.
It's only about 600 miles from the house, but a deal's a deal. So
I tell you what,
if you win, I will drive the medal to your house.
And I tell you, I'll get a personalized message from Jacobs congratulating you on your win.
Well, hope to see you then, gentlemen. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on here. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this, and we'll see how it goes. We got a lot of weeks ahead, and it's exciting. I'm ready.
Definitely looking forward to it, man. Appreciate you, Tanner.
Me too. It's good to talk to you again, man.
Hey, always, gentlemen. Thank you so much, and like I said, there's a lot of weeks ahead, so we'll see how this plays out.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
Have a good night, buddy.
Hey, you too. Appreciate it, guys.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Cool, man. This is going great. I'm glad we were able to get some guys on here. We got guys in the chat.
Did Tony leave, or did he just go to the green room for a minute? No,
he logged off completely, I believe.
Okay, so it's just us now, folks.
Yep.
I guess you can
Just us
go ahead and pull
now.
that draft board back up if you want.
Yeah, I can. I'm gonna hide myself, see if I can't.
Oh, you gonna
this
do a little
lag off.
research? You gonna do a little research?
No, I'm gonna try to reset my camera to get it going live with me here. It's silly.
Yeah, you are lagging real bad. Hey, puppy. I don't know. Hopefully he can get back in here. Hopefully that
You can't hear me. It's good. Just keep going.
Okay, I can hear you now. I just started thinking to myself, like, oh wait, he might not be able to get back in here. I'm not sure.
No, I will. I'm just my camera's not plugged in yet.
Well, we're still live, so.
I know. That's what I was telling you, but you couldn't hear me actually.
Yeah, you taking off there, James? We're gonna be off here in a couple picks. Okay, Tony took Dak Prescott. So, yeah, we're down to your pick, and then Derry Berry still shows he's online.
Actually, but I'm gonna try this. It's a little bit different setup. Looks like so far it's doing good. I don't like that view. All right, let's get this back. Okay, wow. Looks like that might actually help my stream, my lag. So, Dak Prescott. Whoa, what a jerk move. That kind of snipes me.
Is that who you were looking at?
Yep. But again,
There's another option.
I know there's another option. There's always options.
But that's not who I thought you were looking at there, honestly. I'm not going to say it until you've picked, but I'll say we have him in another league.
Yeah, I typically actually wouldn't take a quarterback there, but that is one that I wanted. So
I didn't want to take a quarterback that early, but when Mixon went, I called an audible.
Tony joined back up here. I want to.
Yeah, I jumped back on.
But I don't even know why I let you back on here because I'm mad at you right now.
I was just gonna say I didn't realize you were after me. I just figured he wasn't going to make it back, and I purposely, when we were talking about QBs earlier, I purposely left Dak out of the conversation so that I wanted Josh Allen, but
the bottom line is you can't trust anything Tony says until he's already picked or is on the clock.
Dude, I've played with Tony before. I know exactly how it is. I mean, what's funny is sometimes I purposely don't mention certain people too because I'm trying not to bring attention to certain people.
He excites me with Jerry Jones committed on offense, CeeDee Lamb, Mari Cooper. Yeah, they're stacked on offense. He was the leading quarterback before his injury, so I'm
100%.
I was torn between him and Allen to get that Cooper Prescott stack, but I decided to change it up a little bit for this league because we got that Cooper Dak Scott stack in another league.
Yeah, you got that in the other league. I saw that. But
so went a little different this time.
That saved me there. Prescott being available saved me there. I just had to think through it, make sure that was the right pick.
Yep.
I think there's going to be a run on QBs now.
I think there could be. We're getting real thin at the top.
Because now, you could get the guy you want, or you're going to get stuck with who's ever left over.
Exactly. And usually, I wouldn't typically go for a quarterback this early, but when Mixon went, I had to call an audible.
So let me ask you guys this. I mean, obviously the picks are done now. So that was my debate when I picked. And I wanted somebody else there. I'm not going to tell you who. But it came down to Gibson and Mixon, and I like Mixon because of his he's a receiving back. He's got a little bit of an injury history.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on those two guys?
I think you made the right choice.
Yeah,
truthfully, I like Gibson's younger. I think he's got a lot more upside, and like you say, Mixon with his injury history is a little bit scary. I mean, he's an OU guy. We love him. Don't get me wrong. But from an unbiased position, I think Gibson was the right call.
I appreciate it. I think so. My only, just talking about my draft because I don't want to critique anybody else's. So my only question mark for me is just Pitts in the third. If I should have gone Eckler or McLaren, I was even thinking Allen Robinson. I know he wound up going later, but.
Well, you know how we feel about tight ends, so
yeah. He's.
I'm not going to argue with that pick at all.
He's a gamble. He's a bit of a gamble for me at that spot. I wonder if I waited to the fourth if he would have been there, and I could have grabbed somebody else on 3.
It's
But,
possible that he might have slid to the 4th, but I'm a big proponent of I don't pay as much attention to ADPs and
I don't either.
stuff like that. Like, get your guy. If there's a guy you believe in or a guy you want, get your guy. So I have no problems with that.
I appreciate it. That was I called a friend of mine. I told him like because he was on Eckler, and I was like, I really want Pitts. I don't want to lose Pitts, and if I don't, I'm going to lose one of them because I don't think Eckler's going to get it back. But I like the one guy I don't want to lose is Pitts. So
yeah, for sure. See, James, he says he prefers Mixon, but he really likes Mixon. I love Mixon, but they're close. Him and Gibson, to me, they're very close. But for me, with the injury history, that kind of gives Gibson the edge to me. You couldn't go wrong either way, honestly.
Well, and here's the other thing we kind of talked about earlier, but in a dynasty league, I'm also looking at age. Gibson's 22.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll have a longer shelf life, and
right.
He was pretty exciting last year, so we'll see.
I mean, Mixon's only 24, which is crazy, but he came in the league young.
He's 24.
Mm-hmm. He came in the league young.
When does he turn 25 though?
I'm not certain.
Because Gibson just turned 22.
Yeah, I'm not certain. I think he'll be 25 before the season starts, if I'm thinking right. But
yeah, so I don't know when his date of birth is, but I'd be curious.
So there is definitely a longer shelf life there.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean that's a draft, right? You kind of
James is asking who you would have taken at 3 if not Pitts. I'm thinking Eckler. Yeah, you've pretty much said Eckler if not Pitts at that.
I think so. Yeah, that was my discussion, but I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, I think you've done a really good job. Your duo receivers at the top is gross.
Yeah, but you got it. Just depends on where you went early. You just went a different direction, and
well, to go receiver, tight end, and still end up with Gibson as your number 1 running back, I think was real slick, to be honest.
Well, I appreciate that.
And you'll have a shot at another pretty good running back here in this next round too to pair with him, if you choose to go that way.
To compliment you back, I'm impressed you got Akers where you got Akers to go with McCaffrey.
I thought that was really low.
Number 2. That's your number 2 running back.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really low for him. It's about 2 rounds after his ADPs if you're into that stuff.
Yeah.
Corey took exactly who I thought he would.
So here's my deal, though. I had an offer on the table, and I was actually going to counter it, and it probably would have moved for me. But this is the last wide receiver that I feel strongly about.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I don't know that it would have made it till the pick where I would have gotten. So I didn't want to chance it because it's the last player, like I said, that I kind of feel strongly about. Yeah.
So I love the player. I'm with you on that.
I figured it was between him and Herbert for you right there.
I'm still honestly, Dak. These 4 are where I draw my line.
I agree.
On quarterbacks I would take at this point. And because Dak was gone,
see, I would move it back 1 more past Herbert. I would put Herbert with these 4, so I'd have a top 5, and then I'm waiting another 10 rounds.
Yeah, Dak is where I draw the line there. These 4 are where I draw the line, and when Dak went, it took quarterback off the board for me. So,
so I helped you.
Yeah. I was gonna take Dak, and then when it wasn't, that just totally scratched quarterback because yes. You actually kind of did because I was already struggling with, I can't believe I'm taking a quarterback this early. So yeah, it made me not have to do that. So looks like we're sniping Omaha pretty hardcore here. He's like, I had for my 6th. So, yeah.
Just go back to that pick real quick because I got that pick real quick because I want to ask you about it.
Yeah.
So again, love the player. But how do you feel with the quarterback situation? A little bit unsettled there. You don't really know what you have in Trey Lance. Garoppolo is okay.
Well, he was already performing well with Garoppolo, and if they put in Trey Lance, it's probably because he's better.
Yeah,
was how I kind of see that. Ayuk is just, I mean, he's a stud, And then if you get Deebo Samuel back to complement, I think having another strong wide receiver only helps production, in my opinion. CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper help each other because they open up, right? And I think Evans, Godwin, same thing. Like they have their different specialties and they complement each other, and it helps open up the field. And then you on top of that, then they have to cover Kittle, so the opportunity is there for sure. So everyone gets to eat. But like I said, if he's already got that going with Garoppolo, who is okay, fine. And then if they put in Trey Lance, which I'm guessing he probably does go, a couple of games into the season, maybe 5, something like that. Anyway, they'll find an excuse to get him in there, only probably because he's better.
Right.
And Ayuk's good enough that he'll probably force feed Ayuk a little bit there too. So both being young and everything, I like that.
That's my sticking point on him, though. It is the same thing. Like I talk myself Robinson for the same reason, just because the quarterback situation's unsettled. Stud receiver, but
right.
It makes me a little bit nervous. So,
I think that kind of upside and that kind like my wide receivers right now are Calvin Ridley and Brandon Ayuk. Like that's my youth of my team is just bam right there. And
sure.
And I think for wide receivers, that's good for me right there.
It's too bad that the passing offense we're going to be going through Kyle Pitts because I trumped you there.
Yeah, for sure.
No, I'm just kidding. Calvin Ridley's a stud. I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, I love having Pitts there because in my mind, again, that helps open up Calvin Ridley.
No, you're pretty stacked. You got Henry, Eckler, and Kelsey, so you've got a strong. Like those 4, and if Najee Harris turns out to be what we think he's going to be, that could be
a bit of a gamble, but yeah, he could end up being pretty solid.
It is, but it's a smart gamble. It's not like there are good gambles and bad gambles.
It's a very calculated gamble.
Yeah. Again, going back, if you look at the 4 criteria, situation is great, talent is there, he has the youth. So he hits all the check boxes. Like I don't see a downside. We'll see how it translates, but you got to be excited about having him.
I guess my ignorance shows that I don't know how their offensive line is. I'm guessing probably not super great. So I don't know that situation per se, but
yeah, I think the only thing, his only struggle, I think, is just going to be Ben, just because they might be able to put more guys up in the box if his arm's like a wet noodle again this year.
Yeah.
But
they don't really have anyone to take over for Ben either. Ben's like their only quarterback.
Like
most of the day.
I mean, that's
not really.
Ben's arm might be a problem, but at the same time, you still got 3 really good receivers that can you afford to take that chance that he can't get it to him? It's gonna be tough not to cover them at all to stack that box.
So who do you like there? I mean, those guys haven't been taken, but just kind of talking about Pittsburgh a little bit. And if you guys want to shut this down, let me know. I don't want to keep it going.
No, you're fine.
But what are your thoughts on the receivers there? Who do you like there? Because they've got Claypool and Johnson and Juju. Who do you pick out of those 3?
I don't want any part of Juju. Between Claypool and Deontay, like I don't feel super strong about either one of them. I'd probably say Deontay. He's going to be more consistent.
Okay.
And Claypool's a little more of a big play guy.
Yeah, he's a home run threat.
And that's harder to stay consistent with. So,
well, I was going to throw my foggy mask read up here, but all my overlays are gone. So this streaming service is really killing me right now. My outlook is staying away from that. That's like a running back by committee kind of situation, but with wide receiver. I don't know who's going to be the person there to have. And so I'm kind of just avoiding it at all costs. And if someone picks the right one, good on them, but 2 other people pick the wrong one. So I'm not willing to take that chance until maybe pretty late, and everyone else is taking them before I'm willing to take that chance. So
yeah,
good on them.
I think no pun intended, but this true definition of boomer bust.
yeah.
Yep.
For real.
Claypool, I think, really is the guy that has tons of upside. He reminds me almost like a poor man's Will Fuller. You know what I mean? He's kind of like got that can blow up at any point. He could be 0 fantasy points going into the third quarter, and all of a sudden you got 2 touchdown catches for 120 yards. You know?
Yeah. James says, I know you'll be delayed reading this. No, I'm actually going to interrupt and say this. He goes Claypool, Dante, then Juju.
Yeah.
I think I'm the same.
That.
Yeah, I think I'm the same, but it's still, I just don't feel comfortable enough with it.
I agree. That's a good call, James. I'm on the same page.
No,
That's
but
like
if I need a wide receiver 2, on my fantasy team going into the 10th round, I'd take one, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's going to be a better option there, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm just.
By the way, James also saying, if you saw that, if he's saying Pitt's offensive line is
yeah, not good.
I don't know where they rank, but they're not very strong.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought I had heard. But if Najee Harris can maybe catch some of those quick passes or something, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. But even if he struggles a little bit this year because of that, and then they kind of work on that offensive line the next season, whew. Yeah, we'll see.
I like the player. I love watching the kid play. He's a grinder. He's
right.
Definitely he's got NFL written all over him. He was like a man among boys at Alabama.
Oh, it was sick. I mean, it was absolutely disgusting, and he can catch well. Like,
dude's filthy.
Now, and hopefully they can figure out how to use him, because when I watched, you watch that Alabama offense, and the plays that they set up for Najee Harris catching the ball were so clever. They set him up for some success using his catching ability. I mean, that offensive play calling was fantastic down there in design. So if Pittsburgh can kind of learn that same thing and how to get him open catching the ball, I mean, that could be really dangerous, I feel like, for him. And then if they're kind of quick passes, then that offensive line doesn't matter quite as much.
Sure.
But that'll be interesting to see. But you've seen, I mean, there are running backs with bad offensive lines that still get their success just based off of volume, and opportunity. I don't know how good the Jags offensive line is, but I'm guessing it's not fantastic. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but James Robinson did good down there on a bad team.
Yeah.
It does happen. It does happen.
So, I mean, we'll just wait and see. Like I say, he's my 3rd running back, so I'll take that. Yeah, it's not bad.
Kind of interesting to see. I'm just kind of looking over the draft board. Kind of interesting Michael Thomas goes so late. I mean, here's a guy 1 year ago, he was
number 1 wide receiver.
Number 1 wide receiver.
First one off the board.
Yeah, exactly. Now we see him going, at the tail end of actually it's the beginning of the 4th round. But it's just kind of interesting to see that. And hard to tell what his value is going to be. Same thing with Kamara. I mean, there's a little bit of question mark with both of them on New Orleans with Breeze no longer there.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta believe that Sean Payton's gonna figure that out and know how to use those guys. But it's interesting to see how far he's fallen.
Absolutely, yeah. James makes a good point there. Barkley has done it behind a bad O-line. Yeah, also tore up his leg doing it. I don't know.
But Barkley is like really. You hear it a lot now, so it almost becomes cliche. But Barkley truly is a generational talent. Like that guy's he is a LaDainian Tomlinson type mold guy. And
the way his body's built and his talent, like he's just.
I mean, I love Najee Harris, but I don't think he's a Saquon. I wouldn't put him in that same category.
No,
that's sick. Totally different. Yeah, this draft board is interesting.
It's a little weird.
But what's annoying about it for me is what's funny is I look at it And I'm like, oh man, these are some weird picks going on. And oh, I feel really good about my team. And then I start going through everyone's team. And I'm like, oh dang, everyone has a really good team right now. Like even ones that made weird picks early on have really good teams. Like it's wild. You think, oh, Patrick Mahomes first overall, or his first pick overall, number 2 overall, and then, I mean, let's just go look at his roster here. And he's still got Kamara, Keenan Allen, Mike Evans. Like, get out of here. What? It's pretty deep out there for sure. Going through Omahas or even Sandman. Like, I would take this roster any day of the week. Kyler Murray, Nick Chubb, Joe Mixon, Tyreek Hill. I mean, that's
Mark Andrews, yeah.
I mean, and that's after taking Kyler Murray, your second pick, in the second round, and you still get Chubb and Tyreek and stuff. I mean, wow, that's good stuff.
Completely agree.
So everyone's
it'll be interesting.
Yeah, Kyle, I'm gonna look at yours real quick. I can't remember. Josh Allen, McCaffrey, Akers, Metcalf. Yeah, I mean, it's sick too.
Yeah, that team's stacked.
I traded up a lot for those guys. But I shouldn't have got Akers where I got him at. There's no way.
Dude, the only question mark on yours right now, Tony, is Kyle Pitts, and I don't think that's as big a question mark.
No.
I mean, it's just because we don't know his production because he hasn't had any, right? But I don't think that's like a stretch to say that he's going to be amazing there. He could have been amazing anywhere, but then he gets on a pass-first offense. I think it's
a gamble.
Dangerous. I don't think it's that big of a gamble.
It's a gamble, honestly. But only because
I think he's more guaranteed for success than like Najee Harris.
Oh no, I completely agree. No,
it's not. I don't feel like it's that big of a gamble. I don't think Najee Harris is a huge gamble. Even
we're moving. Holy cow, we're moving.
What just happened?
Sorry, we had picks going. I lost my shit for a second.
Boy, you kind of called that. We had our first linebacker.
Oh,
with D-Berry. Okay. I can appreciate it. It's because he has 3 picks here pretty quick, I guess. Oh, he had 4 picks really quick. I mean, 5'8", 5'10", 6'1", and 6'3". So it will go quarterback then linebacker.
Berry's team.
Man, okay. And it's funny, we were just talking about this the other day. I'm typically the person that takes the first linebacker just because. Oh, come on.
I guess we're gonna have a tight end run here now.
There we go. DJ Moore, man, another good pick. Okay.
Man,
so let's see, Lamar Jackson.
Derryberry's on it, man. He's making these picks quick. Either that or he had him queued up, but it shows he's in there.
No, it would show that he had him queued up, I think. Maybe. I don't know. But Lamar Jackson, Jonathan Taylor, Montgomery. So he's got some good young talent in here too. Godwin, DJ Moore, good running back. And then Hawkinson, I mean, who everyone's suspecting to be your number 4 tight end. No, number 5.
Top linebacker.
4 or 5. and then top linebacker on top of that. Whew.
Yeah, Hawkinson is he's a high upside guy. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Goff there, but I do like him.
Yeah, I like him. I don't like him as much as I did with Stafford.
Well, you have to look at the offensive coordinator who just came into Detroit. Is it Anthony Lynn? Is it from San Diego? I don't remember. But their new offensive coordinator is huge on feeding the tight end. So I think that offense is going to look a little bit different than it has, and I think you could see Hawkinson. I think you could see him take a huge jump this year. I wouldn't be surprised if Hawkinson finished top 3. I think the potential is there. I got the guy I wanted, but Hawkinson was the next guy on my board that I would have targeted at some point before somebody else grabbed him.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel as comfortable with that. Yeah,
I get it. Andrews is safe. I'm just saying Hawkinson has a high ceiling.
Right. I don't know. I find it interesting that like everyone's like, oh, that Lions offense is gonna suck. They got Goff, he's terrible. It's just gonna be a terrible offense all around. So they talk crap on all their wide receivers, their rookie wide receivers, Swift. It brings them down, but then all of a sudden Hawkinson is like the shining star in that entire thing, and now he's going to go off this year, and it seems really contradictory to me.
Yeah.
And that's confusing. It's like, why is he the only person on that entire team that's going to have any sort of success? I don't know. It's weird. Oh, hey, we're going to get some linebackers going.
He saw Darius Leonard went and was
I'm
like,
like, wait a second.
I ain't getting at the end of this run.
I'm really not surprised. I'm really not surprised. There,
So that's the nice thing I think about. So the one I think your advantage is based on your draft position. And so one of the nice things in a 10-team league, being at the 5th or 6th spot, is that you really can't get caught out of a run.
Yeah.
You know, if a run goes at one position, you can kind of jump in there before it gets out of hand.
Oh yeah, being at the end of a round can be dangerous with that.
I
a whole run goes and you just see.
I wanted White or Leonard, and I figured I'm going to take whichever one I don't get once somebody makes a move on IDP. So I wasn't going to let that happen.
Well, it's like I got to watch 25 more people go before I get to pick anything. We're going to be to the second tier of linebackers by then.
What's wild is we're about to run through some picks because Omaha's on here, and I can see him running through all these picks real quick, and Sandman's on here.
Yeah, dude, I'm down to stay on as long as we're moving, but I do need to run to the restroom and then get something else to drink real quick. So
I mean, the next 7 picks are Omaha and Sandman.
Pull up Omaha's team.
I'll be back
Do what?
in just 2 minutes.
I'm sorry, pull up Omaha's team.
Oh yeah, Omaha.
So he's got QB. He needs a tight end.
He said his next 4 picks all just got taken, just sniped, just bam, in the last 5 picks. So he got taken. I'm guessing he was maybe going to go linebacker there. I mean, looking at he's got 3 really solid running backs, 2 solid wide receivers, and then oh my gosh, on his bench he's got T. Higgins. Okay, this is ridiculous because then he's about to pick 4 more times. No, 5 more picks in the next.
What rookies are out there, Corey? What rookies are out there that haven't been taken yet? I mean, I know Jamar Chase went, but we got Waddle out there.
Let's go through here. We got Devontae Smith, Trevor Lawrence, Javonte Williams, Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, some good. I mean, I would also be thinking rookies. If you look at the Dynasty draft, when he's
gone. When he's already got this many good players, and then he's got 5 of the next 6 picks. Yeah, I think
afford to take some rookies here.
Yeah,
get some youth on the team, and you don't want to miss out on any of those guys.
Yeah, so I have a feeling there are probably going to be a couple of rookies taken here, but I mean, I've been surprised before, so
sure.
Okay.
So we got another running.
So we got little linebacker run here. Cool. More offense that falls into my lap too. So, because I'm going to miss out on the linebacker run, so that's fine. But that'll open up more offense for me.
Yeah. Like I'm going to miss all this defense, and honestly, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, my heart's not broken.
I'll take the number 30 linebacker. I don't care.
Well, you're going to have to take the number 30 linebacker, I guess.
Do what?
You might have to take the 30 linebacker.
It's looking that way.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that was a snipe, but no, that was Omaha picking him. I know he loves Williams. So I'm not surprised there.
Corey, did you see that text?
What text?
From Lee.
No, I thought we decided.
We didn't. We decided we were going to play tonight, but I forgot.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess we can. Yeah, probably jump off here and hop back on tomorrow.
Let's just tell Lee tomorrow, yeah?
Well, let's run through this. Now let's.
We're already here. We got Tony here.
Let's just tell him a couple more minutes. Let's tell him like 15 minutes. Our uncle. We play Call of Duty with our uncle. And he was expecting us on tonight. And so,
what system do you play on?
PS4.
PlayStation 4.
Okay.
Call of Duty's cross-platform though, so.
Is it? I play some PUBG.
Oh yeah,
it's old school.
I'm an old school guy.
Can we tell him at 10:30?
Yeah, Yeah, tell him 10:30 because if with Shane and Omaha on here and Tony already on here, we can make it 7-4. And yeah, I feel pretty confident in that. If Omaha's not trying to trade, which if I were him, right, like I wouldn't be trading these, but that's just me. I would be just, ugh, this is gross. I actually don't like this. What did we do?
What do you
Huh.
mean?
Oh, I mean, his team's going to be deep with some talent
Omaha?
here. Yeah. Like, I think he did a good job here. I think we created a monster. Because if Dobbins turns out to be, I think Dobbins is going to have a good season. So, and a good future there. So Dobbins, Elliott, Thomas still going to be good. Robinson, he's just too good to not do good. And Jones.
Man, I need to get back up
I'm
in
not
here
high
in
on
these
things,
next round.
but I mean, he's got 4 more picks just in a row right here. Just
I know, man. I need to get back in this round here somewhere.
I mean, I'm just thinking if I'm Omaha, I'm not giving up 4 picks in a row right there.
I just
Like,
don't
there's
want
no
to
reason
sit
to.
here for another 20 people to go off the.
You don't pick again till 8-10.
Yeah, I've still got 22 more people going to go off before I get to pick again.
Yeah, that's not good.
I got a good start, but now is when the the payment hits.
I pick at 7-8, and then I don't pick again until 9-10. So I kind of feel
So
you
you
there.
feel me? Yeah, you feel me a little bit there.
But it's not as bad. Well, right here is kind of that turning point where I feel like it's going to hurt a little bit more every time someone comes off.
Well, now
we've kind of hit that place.
You're going to start seeing more defense come off now and stuff. So
right, which is what kind of hurts.
And I'll get some trades here soon, probably. I'm not done trading now. I mean,
no, you just got to get to.
But I think for now, I need to let my previous trades and let the draft kind of catch up to where I have capital again.
Right. That's where I was going with that. Yeah, you really do.
You're good, Kyle. Your team looks good. You'll be fine.
Yeah, your team is sick. So
that start is the only reason I'm not really concerned about this little break. But
and the thing for Kyle Dozier is that the draft is just part one of his plan. He usually has the post-draft trade plan to flip all of his guys and picks for
trades and waivers.
Dial it in.
Okay, Sandman, you've been going strong all night. You're overthinking this, my man. Don't do it.
What's the over, like, how much would you bet if you were betting money that he takes Deshaun Watson?
Not until 7-3. I think he's looking for Kenneth Murray Jr. The Chargers.
Maybe.
I mean, let's just take a look at his roster here. Murray, Mixon, Andrews. Seems like he has a theme going here.
That's true. He does have a theme going.
And then what's funny is Hill being Oklahoma State, right? And then Chubb had that wonderful game against OU. So really, it's all tied together.
It is.
In a way.
It's kind of weird, Shane.
Yeah,
no, it's not. We got you, man.
He's got that nostalgic team. He's just like that feel good.
He's going to draft the Belldozer here before too long.
That Kansas City backup tight end. Gotta love it.
Jalen Hurts. He might hit some Jalen Hurts here soon.
There you go.
It's true. This is not a
Man, there's still a lot of talent out there. Holy cow.
Oh, it's disgusting,
defense,
yeah.
Name it. Like, it's nutty out here.
It is all out there.
Yep.
Kind of surprised nobody's taking the plunge on old Miles Sanders yet, honestly.
This is a snag I did not foresee, guys. I thought we were about to just blow through some stuff.
Peggy, what's up, bro? Got Kevin over here in the house, man.
Oh, what's up, Piggy Banks?
My guy.
Piggy Bank Picks. Boy, he is active. Fantasy football is a life for Kevin. That's for true story there. Well, he was on a big stream last night.
Piggy was?
Yeah, man. He was on a couple of streams last night, but he was on a really big one last night. But I was in the car with my family, so all I could do is jump on there and see who was all on there. I didn't hear a single word of any of his streams, which was really sad because, man,
Who was he on
they
there
had
with?
a conglomerate of
I missed
people.
that one.
I
I was at Dad's till almost midnight last night, so I missed it.
Yeah, I mean, he was. I mean, at some point, Smitty was on there. Dom was on there. Akash was on a lot of it. He had. Crap! Why am I not thinking of his name? Oh my gosh, the guy who got the tickets.
The what?
Hold on. Jay? Maybe it's Jay. Dang it! Now I'm really mad. I can't think of the.
What are you talking about?
Bald guy? Okay.
Oh, bald guy was on there. Yeah, that's another one.
I want to hop on one with Jay the Plug.
Yeah.
Fantasy Flojo. I don't know him. I'm still learning.
Yeah, it's harder for you
Jackson,
because
what?
you don't run our Instagram account, so it's a little bit harder, but
Yeah, I need to. Oh, Shane heard me on Sanders. I would like to get on one with Bald Guy at some point. He seems like a good dude. I really want to get on something with Dom at some point too. We haven't got to do anything with him yet.
Joe Burrow, nice.
Oh, Omaha about to get crazy on us here.
Omaha, stack your QB. Omaha, don't trust Burrow.
He about to go crazy here.
it's funny. I missed some text messages while I was streaming on Instagram. So
here he goes with the rookie. He's gonna snag up there. Snag.
Bro, you had 455 people tuned in. That's a lot. That was on Insta, I guess. Yeah, that's a lot.
yeah, dude, it was sick. But the best part about it was the beagle puppy that was on screen. Sorry, that pretty much still the spotlight for me. I was like, is that a beagle puppy? That is adorable.
Is that what you got to do for followers? Is put your doggo on?
Oh, it wasn't his. I'm
gonna put my dog on here.
I can't
rack up some followers.
I think FloJo is the one with the puppy, maybe. If I remember correctly. I can't remember. Like I said, I couldn't listen to any of it, so I just had to kind of pop in there. I was actually driving, and I had my wife and 14-month-old in there, so I don't think she would have appreciated.
Yeah, probably not.
Me watching that, but I just wanted to see who all was on it, and yeah, it looked amazing. So I'm really sad I missed that, but
thanks for swinging by, though, Kev. Come on, James, man. You're holding us up, dog. Speaking of dogs. Oh, okay. We're going DB now. Okay.
oh, okay.
Oh, full-blown DB.
I'm just gonna pull up his roster here. So he's got Burrow, Dobbins, Elliott, Thomas, Robinson, Aaron Jones, Buda
and
Baker.
a DB. Come on, man.
That's interesting.
We'll put him on Monday Night Countdown next week.
I mean, look at his bench, man. Look at he's got Javonte Williams and Devontae Smith just
gonna have
on
the
his
best bench in the league.
And then looking again at his picks next year, I mean, you saw that. I mean, he had all those first rounders the next 2 years and stuff. Like, what a jerk.
Oh yeah, he's a jerk for sure.
Uninvited.
Boot him. I'm booting him from the league. Kevin, you want to be in another fantasy league? I'm over it. I'm over James's crap.
Yeah. I don't like it when people show me up. Tony, I think is
No,
the
man.
same way. So yeah, we're not
You
about
people-
that.
You people want to come in here and show me up on my own damn channel. That's not okay. It's not okay.
And the whole time I thought he was doing me a favor by moving me up, and then next thing you know, like he's like, "Mwahaha! Look at what I've created."
I know, man.
Kevin, you're awesome too, man. Loved having you on, and
Yeah,
we should
had
do
a
that again
blast the other
sometime
night.
soon. He was wearing his Green Bay stuff last night. I saw he had some Green Bay stuff on. So
Oh yeah. Next time you come on with us, wear your Dallas stuff, man. We'll deck out. Unfortunately, that's the only NFL team I have gear for, so I can't match you.
I have a Browns jersey. So
You do have that. I don't.
I have my Baker Mayfield jersey. So
I have a Chuck Norris hat. I guess that'll match any team in the league, yeah.
I mean, he would beat any team in the league, right? So
could count for something.
Look at that. Tony's on the scramble. He's got his glasses on. He's scanning his screen, clicking from.
He's like, oh crap! I'm about to pick. I'm about to pick.
I don't want to let you guys down. Kind of keep the ball rolling here.
That's right. Oh, Kevin's got it's all hats for
you
him.
Actually, don't have a Jets hat. That's kind of funny.
Do they even make those? Oh, his internet just pooped out, dude. I know the feeling, James. Okay.
Oh, did he text you or something?
Yeah.
Or DM you or something? I mean,
he just texted me. Yeah.
As he was making his pick.
All the Finns are your team, bruh.
Okay.
All right, so Kev, do you remember back in the day when Patrick Cobbs was playing for your team? When y'all was running the Wildcat and stuff? He was like third string running back behind Brown and
who
was the other guy?
Who are you talking about?
Oh, I was talking to Kevin. He says he's a Finns fan, so I was asking him about a player that used to play for them. I went to high school with him. Mr. Patrick Cobbs. It was Ronnie Brown, and who was the other running back? Williams. Ricky Williams, yeah.
Ricky.
He played behind them when they were doing all that Wildcat stuff back like 10 years ago. Yeah, I went to high school with Patrick Cobbs, man.
What's holding
he led the nation in rushing in college one year for North Texas. He led the entire nation in rushing that year.
Derry knows Cobbs, man. He was,
legend.
Dude.
Absolutely.
Absolutely a legend. He's our claim to fame. He went to the NFL. He's our claim to fame.
I played a pickup basketball game with him one time down at the gym one summer. That was pretty nice. That's about all I interacted with him.
Yeah, he was a senior when I was a freshman. I had a computer class with him for a semester. But, of course, he was hardly ever in there. He got to do whatever he wanted.
All right. Omaha is finally done picking us apart. Got himself a linebacker.
He's got a full defense now as well, which is kind of crazy.
I mean, he's filled his bench and his defense and everything now. Jeez, Pete.
Steve Smith Sr. went to your school? That's cool, dude. I like him. Everybody thought he was such a jerk. I thought he was hilarious.
I liked him. I actually liked him quite a bit.
He was a really good player. All right, now we got Shane O'Mac back on the clock here, and then Dr. Dominguez.
Then we're getting off here. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, after Tony's pick, I think we're going to call it a night after Tony's pick.
Well, you mean off the stream?
Yeah, just the stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys.
Oh yeah, we're gonna run this thing.
You're gonna go play Call of Duty.
Gotta go play a little Call of Duty. Our uncle's on there waiting for us, horsing off. So We gotta go take care of a little business on there. Shoot some people.
We've been on here for 3 hours. What do you want from us?
Who carries the team? Who's the tank on the team?
Not me.
I believe it's our uncle.
Is it really?
During COVID, my screen name was actually non-essential because it applied.
Yeah, Kyle was non-essential.
I am not essential. Now I am Chalupa Batman.
And I'm that be Carol Baskin. So
nice.
James says wanted to go Julio, but figured I'd take a linebacker instead.
It's probably smart.
Yeah, but also, I mean, Julio bad. I mean,
either one's a good pick. I mean,
who you don't want Julio in Dynasty? That was right.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good pick. But I mean, had he picked Julio, I'd have been like, cool, it's a fine pick.
Plus you're you're a Texan fan, so you got to get one of your Texans.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're gonna play a lot of defense, right? So
that's also true.
Yes, Kevin, I do worry about Barkley's injury history back-to-back seasons.
Yeah, makes me a little nervous.
And it was a significant knee injury. This was not a minor, knee injury. He tore his ACL, his MCL.
Yeah. So this is what I was going to tell you, Kevin. Right? Okay. You got the knee, right? And I say this is the cartilage, right?
Night, James. We'll catch you tomorrow, bud.
Yeah. So, sorry, Tony. That was that's from a stream we had the other night.
That's from our stream with Kev and Minnie and them the other night.
We were talking about that earlier, Kevin. His rookie season, he had 91 catches, and that's ridiculous for a running back. He is a LaDainian Tomlinson, almost Marshall Faulk type guy. His upside is he's a league winner, but he hasn't been able to stay healthy. Only one that was only the season he played the full season. The other 2 seasons he's been in, he's dealt with injuries. I would be nervous about taking him, but he's a grand slam if he comes back and he stays healthy.
Oh, there's that first one off the board there with Claypool.
There went that Claypool pick we was talking about earlier. Yeah, ACL, MCL, meniscus. It's all of them, right? All of right here. But you've got this quad muscle up here that he has a large one, so it's all good. Allegedly.
Okay. Another linebacker. They're just rolling off. All right, man.
Oh, Brown just lit up the screen, and then Tony again. If Brown goes quick, we can get another Tony one before we get off here.
Sure.
Okay. I'm gonna step away and go fire up my PlayStation, get that loading up really quick while Dr. Dominguez does his thing really quick. No, not yet. While you're studying up there. You just look so intelligent,
and handsome.
It's not just look, Corey.
It's a curse, really, right? Yeah.
Not just
you're as smart as you look, huh?
It's more. It's absolute 100%.
Man, that's lucky.
No, I'm kidding.
So now you got your starting linebackers.
I put these on to make me look smart. This is part of my intimidation.
Intimidation techniques.
All right, I'm going to go fire up the PlayStation. I will be right back. We're going to wait until your next pick now. We don't even care.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I got to load it up. I'm ready to go.
I'll be right back.
As soon as Corey picks, you can pick, and then we're going to call it a night on stream, fellas. I can't believe how far we got today.
Yeah, we did good.
I mean,
is Corey a bit like, is Corey on? Is he has he been doing good with his picks?
You mean, do I like his draft?
No. Has he been picking right away? Has he been available to pick?
Oh, Corey Brown. I thought you were talking about.
Yeah, Corey Brown, the guy who's on the clock.
I thought you were talking about our Corey. Well, he just picked, so you're up. Corey, you might as well stick around for a second, my dude, because Tony's fixing to pick, and we're going to wrap this up.
That's kind of – now, Corey, why did you take A defensive back there. Why would you do that?
I'm guessing you wanted him, huh?
He was in my queue.
So you're not so queued up after all, huh?
No, now he threw me. Let's see here.
Hey, Kevin, we're down to do a mock like on stream or whatever you want to do. I know Corey is busy on I think it's Tuesday nights is when he has like a volleyball league that he plays in. And I think we're doing a stream with a buddy of ours either Wednesday or Thursday. When he gets back, I can ask him.
Sorry, guys, I'm holding you up.
No, you're all good, man. Corey Brown messed it up. He took the wrong guy and messed it all up.
Oh, I had to change, but I'm back on track here. Let me see where my guy is at. There we go.
Oh, Kevin, you're right. Tomorrow is Monday. I was thinking today feels like a damn Monday. Okay, yeah. We might be down for that. I'll make sure Corey don't have that going on when he comes back.
All right, guys.
I got my days of the week all screwed up. Feels like a Monday. It's Sunday.
It's Sunday night.
Jeez Louise.
You're an hour behind me. It's 11:30 where I'm at.
Well, because we were going to start this on Monday, this draft, and we started it today. And so now I'm mixed up. See?
It's all good.
Got your DB, and now, yep. It's time for us to wrap it.
I wanted to fill up my linebackers first. I was hoping to get two of Devin White, Roquan, and what's his name, the other guy, Darius Leonard. But Leonard went first. I actually preferred Devin White over Darius Leonard in IDP. But I was hoping to get, like I say, White, Roquan, or Darius. Two of those three I was hoping to grab, but it's okay. Blake's 2 years in a row, 150 tackles. He's he's a stud. And defensive back, again, I was hoping Buddha and Jamal Adams, but I'll take Derwin James. He works. How do you feel on IDP? Where do you kind of value them? Do you feel like they're going where they should be going in a dynasty draft like this?
Probably. I mean, that's where all the ADPs are and stuff like that. Me personally, I don't like to take them this early, but I understand the reasoning behind it. I definitely get it, but
so I don't agree with this.
Corey's actually on the clock. I didn't know he had a pick right here.
Who is?
Corey?
Yeah, and I'm back. You just can't see me on screen.
Well, what's that about?
Hold on, let me see.
Oh, Russell Wilson went.
Yeah, we got Russell Wilson.
I can't.
Read.
There's such a delay you can't see me. It's just like a heck.
That is crazy. Kevin, where are you sending that link to, my dude? Insta? You gonna DM it to me? Or Corey or one of us. It doesn't matter which one. You can just send it to the Boom Bust one, I guess. We'll both see it.
So I was going to say, I've read articles where they've put the top IDPs on the same level as a wide receiver one or QB one, and I don't know that I'm quite there. And I'm not talking about, all just in general, your linebackers and your receivers or QBs on the same level, but the elite guys, like the top 2 or 3, 4 guys. I've read where that's kind of like where they put the value. For me personally, I think this is I could have seen it maybe start a little bit earlier, but it's probably right about where I would kind of put the IDP value in along with the offensive players.
Yeah. IDP to me, especially for Dynasty, it just seems to fluctuate so much from year to year. Hey, good night, Kevin. We'll catch you tomorrow, bud.
Good night, Kevin. Not
See you, man.
necessarily, Kyle. It depends on the just like everything else, it depends on the situation, the team.
It does, and there's a handful that are more consistent. I get that, but there's
Look at
also
Bobby
a lot
Wagner.
of
Bobby Wagner's been a
fluctuation.
top three. Bobby Wagner's been a top 3 linebacker for 8 straight years.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, I'm not saying every linebacker and stuff, but I'm saying for the most part, you're able to pick up new linebackers every year
I agree.
off the waiver wire and plug and play them.
Does that mean you don't want Micah Parsons?
I didn't say that, but it depends on the value.
He's a
Would
cowboy.
I want Micah Parsons right here? No.
But do you want Jalen Smith right here?
Yeah, that would not be a bad pick. There you go.
I was sweating that he wouldn't make it back to me. Now, did I
It was
ever
either
think
him
I
or
was going to have to?
Martinez for me.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
we need to get
not-
off of here now ourselves.
Yeah, I didn't plan on taking any sort of defensive player this early, but here we are. I got forced into it, and I got the guy I wanted still. So hey, it worked out.
There you go.
All right, guys, let's wrap this up. It's been a good run, an
guys.
incredibly long run. Kyle, what's our time? Do you have that time up there?
3 hours, 30 minutes, 11 seconds, and counting.
Woo! Love it. And Tony was here like the whole time.
Which means
What
now
a
he's got to
stud.
stay up till 3 a.m. doing his work that we kept him from.
No, I'm good. I checked out for parts of it while I was on the clock, but I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for having me.
Hey, thanks for
Love it,
stopping
man.
in, man.
Been
Thanks for
fun.
stopping in. It's good to finally meet you.
Absolutely, for me too. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Love
Thanks
it.
for
Talk
putting
to
all
you.
this together, by the way. Thanks for the site. Thanks for putting the fantasy league together and kind of bringing all of us into a league again. It's I'm excited about it.
Oh, we're
Good,
stoked
we are too.
beyond words, man. We're super tickled that everybody was able to get together and do this. So yeah, thank you for being in the league, supporting the channel, and all of that. We really appreciate you.
1000%. All right, guys. Enjoy your
Awesome.
Call of Duty.
All
Have a
right,
good night.
have a good night, man.
See ya.